us on our social. Hi there. My name is Michelle Emma, a digital marketer at Beverly Networks Limited. Beverly Networks Limited is an internet service provider that is owned by the Order of Preachers, the Catholic Church, and is headed by a Catholic priest with close to 2 decades of experience in the ICT field. So, are you worried or skeptical of taking up a career in ICT? Or are you confused on what paths to transit in the world of tech? Then Beverly Network is your shop. We offer basic and advanced computer programs like computer appreciation, graphic design, networking, video editing, web and app development, data science analysis, digital marketing, and lots more. The good thing about us is that we do not only prepare the youth for the future, we equally recommend our students, companies, and individuals looking for computer gurus to hire. Here at Beverly Networks, our standard is top-notch. The learning environment is highly conducive, and our tutors are experts in their various fields. Apart from computer training programs, we also offer other outstanding ICT solutions that we help businesses and companies grow. These include unlimited internet connection, CCTV installation, solar installation, web and mobile app development and hosting, development of software to manage schools, churches, hospitals, hotels, retreat centers, and so on. With our seasoned ICT professionals who guide you through the tech world and give you good customer service and support. Beverly Networks Limited still remains one of the best tech companies in Nigeria. A trial will definitely convince you. Enroll today and you will never regret it. You can call us on 070 3127 2360. You can even follow us on our social media handles. Hi there. My name is Michelle Emma, a digital marketer at Beverly Networks Limited. Beverly Networks Limited is an internet service provider that is owned by the Order of Preachers, the Catholic Church, and is headed by a Catholic priest with close to 2 decades of experience in the ICT. So, are you worried or skeptical of taking up a career in ICT? Or are you confused of what paths to transit in the world of tech? Then Beverly Network is your shop. We offer basic and advanced computer programs like computer appreciation, graphic design, networking, video editing, web and app development, data science analysis, digital marketing, and lots more. The good thing about us is that we do not only prepare the youth for the future, we equally recommend our students, companies, and individuals looking for computer gurus to hire. Here at Beverly Networks, our standard is top. The learning environment is highly conducive, and our tutors are experts in their various fields. Apart from computer training programs, we also offer other outstanding ICT solutions that we help businesses and companies grow. These include unlimited internet connection, CCTV installation, solar installation, web and mobile app development and hosting, development of software to manage schools, churches, hospitals, hotels, retreat centers, and so on. With our seasoned ICT professionals who guide you through the tech world and give you good customer service and support. Beverly Networks Limited still remains one of the best tech companies in Nigeria. A trial will definitely convince you. Enroll today and you will never regret it. You can call us on 070 3127 2360. You can even follow us on our social media handles.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon or good evening. So, welcome to our today's training. Can anyone hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me? Please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can anyone hear me? Please, a reaction if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right. We want to welcome everyone to our today's training. So, I think we should be starting by now. All right. I can see the reactions. All right, welcome. So today we are going to be taking a ride on the essential tech skills for our teachers. All right. Welcome. We are going to be taking a ride on our topic today, essential tech skill needed for the 21st century teaching. Please, I will have to stop the videos for everyone so that nobody will be distracted. I don't know if we should give people time to join or we should just start immediately. So I don't know if we should just give people time. But in the meantime, I want to introduce to us Verbum networks. So maybe today or prior to today or prior to knowing Verbum, you don't know anything about Verbum. This is like the first time you're hearing Verbum networks. So I would love to let you know that Verbum Networks is an ICT organization in Enugu. We have another branch in Ibadan. So what we do here is to help make ICT easy for everyone. In today's world, we are in tech. So everybody's is either you are in WhatsApp, you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter. Everybody is in the social media world. So we want to make tech easy. We have a lot of services that we offer, which include website development, internet provision, creating portals for schools to make work easy for teachers and for the administrators too. We also install solar systems in this economy that our fuel is, the price is even crazy, more than most of the times you don't even know where to start from. So solar is another alternative for you. So we also provide basic teaching services like ICT services, like we teach web development, graphic design, product design, and so on. So if you have any child, if you have any youth, instead of the person wasting their time at home or not learning anything, the person should enroll into any program that is tech related, because before we even say anything, let's say 2 to 3 years coming, we have people that would, even you can stay at home and be working for someone outside the country. So you don't want any of your friends to be left behind. So instead of going through the business route, which is not bad, but tech is here to stay. And I'm afraid if you're not in line with that, you might as well miss a lot of things. So we are going to give time for others to join. This is 4 minutes after 4. So we are going to give 10 more minutes for others to join so that a lot of people can be able to key in and understand what we are going to give out. So prior to waiting for others, I would like to introduce our speakers. The first person by name is Amarachi Ogu. She is our able admin, our administrator that will be taking us on Excel. So a lot of us teachers, we still keep documentation in our papers. We just write it down just for us not to forget. But Excel is there to stand. It's going to make our work easy. And Miss Amarachi Ogu is going to take us on that journey. Also myself, I'll be taking the AI, artificial intelligence, how to make artificial intelligence our friend to ease our work as teachers. Also, we have my name is Miss Chidima Okoye. And then we have Mr. Kosi Sochukwu Nwodo that will be taking us on presentation, how to use presentation in today's teaching. So I hope you are ready. I hope you have your pen, you have your paper, you have your water, obviously, because you'll be needing it, and because you'll be asking questions, and you'll be like, wow, this is very easy to do. Yes, it's easy to do. So we are going to be taking you on that ride today. So for the meantime, I think we'll be starting in the next 5 minutes. So let's just give room for others to join. So I don't know if anyone can hear me. Please, if you can hear me, I want to see a reaction from you. I want to see a reaction from you. So if you go down to your panel, you see where they wrote reaction. Just click on it and please just wave. Just wave for me, please. Or put any reaction. Put any reaction. Put any reaction you want to put there, so that I know that I'm talking to people and they are here with me. Go down to if you're using your phone, if you're connected with your phone, please go down to the reaction and leave a reaction, so that I will know that people can hear me. Any type of reaction, please just leave any type of reaction. Yes, please. All right. I am seeing the reactions from people. I am seeing the reactions from people, and please do well to mute yourself too, so that you will not distract anybody. Please do well to mute yourself too, so that we will not distract anybody. All right, I can see the reactions. Welcome once more. Welcome to today's teaching. I hope you are ready to learn. So let's just give people time to key in and join. We'll be starting in the next 3 minutes. We'll be starting in the next 3 minutes, so that we'll not waste anybody's time and get straight to the business that we have come here to do. Here.
Hey, my name is Michelle a digital marketer at Bevums Networks Limited. Bevums Networks Limited is an internet service provider that is owned by the Order of Preachers, the Catholic Church, and is headed by a Catholic priest with close to 2 decades of experience in the ICT field. So, are you worried or skeptical of taking up a career in ICT? Or are you confused of what paths to transit in the world of tech? Then Bevums Networks is your shortcut. We offer basic and advanced computer programs like computer appreciation, graphic design, networking, video editing, web and app development, data science analysis, digital marketing, and lots more. The good thing about us is that we do not only prepare the youth for the future, we equally recommend our students, companies, and individuals looking for computer gurus to hire. Here at Bevums Networks, our standard is top-notch. The learning environment is highly conducive, and our tutors are experts in their various fields. Apart from computer training programs, we also offer other outstanding ICT solutions that will help businesses and companies grow. These include unlimited internet connection, CCTV installation, solar installation, web and mobile app development and hosting, development of software to manage schools, churches, hospitals, hotels, retreat centers, and so on. With our seasoned ICT professionals, who will guide you through the tech world and give you good customer service and support. Bevums Networks Limited still remains one of the best tech companies in Nigeria. A trial will definitely convince you. Enroll today and you will never regret it. You can call us on 070-3127 236. You can equally follow us on our social media handles.
All right. I think it's time to start. Please, once again, please, if you are here with me, please, I want a reaction from you so that we can start immediately. If you are here with me, please, I need your reaction so that we can start immediately. Please go to your reaction and just leave a reaction. You are welcome, Salisu. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please leave a reaction. If you are here, please leave a reaction so that we know that you are here. I think we should be starting now. All right. I'm going to introduce once again our first speaker, Miss Amarachi Obu. Welcome, Divine. Welcome, very well. Welcome. We are going to be starting now. Miss Amarachi Obu, please, if you are ready for us, please, I want to see your reaction. If you are ready for us. Miss Amarachi, all right. All right. I can see you all. Miss Amarachi, are you ready for us? If you are ready for us.
Yes, I am ready. I am pumped up. I am super excited.
Welcome, Isaac. Welcome. All right, so our first speaker is Miss Amarachi Obu, our very own admin. So she will be taking us on documentation and record keeping using Excel. So I hope you are ready to digest everything she has to give us now. So Miss Amarachi, please take up the mic and talk to us.
All right, please, do I have the permission to share my screen?
Yes, you have. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Hello, everybody. How are we doing this wonderful evening? How are we doing? I believe everybody here is with switch it on right now, because it's better that you have a laptop by your side. If you don't have a laptop, you can pay attention. We'll still send a recording to you to rewatch. But if you have a laptop by your side, I would advise that you turn it on and follow through the class. Practice as we are teaching so that you will understand all these things very well. Please. All right, I am Amarachuku Obu. I am humbled to be in your midst this afternoon. And it's going to be an amazing time. I'm excited to share with you what I know. And I don't know if you're ready. If you're interested, you can pay close attention so that we'll enjoy this training together. So one of the topics we are going to be having this evening is using Excel for record keeping and result preparation. I know that we have teachers here. Good morning, aunties. Good morning, uncles. I was taught by a teacher. I'm teaching myself. So we are all together in this. Using Excel for record keeping, results preparation, and documentation. Gone are the days whereby you have to find a piece of paper and then you write, you use calculator and press 24 plus 30, you add the first semester, continuous assessment, add the second continuous assessment, use calculator, press it, then in the end, the person in charge of a particular set will start calculating, the form teacher will start calculating maths, English, all the subjects, and in the end to put up together who took first position and who took last position. So that's it. So without wasting much of your time, let's kick this. Opportunities are like buses. There's always another one coming. But the thing is, will you continue to wait for the next one, or will you enter the one that is available now? There's a saying that delay is dangerous. I don't know about you, but what we have for today, we're going to do introduction to Excel. I'm going to introduce you to the interface of Excel. We'll be doing the basic functions and conditional statements. So, what is Microsoft Excel? It's a powerful data visualization and analysis software which uses spreadsheets. When you hear spreadsheets, it means that is a place that somebody draws line like you get a plain sheet now, and you draw your row, you draw your column, you add the headers of the tables. So it's a spreadsheet to store, organize, and track data sets with formulas and functions. Excel is used by professionals, and I believe they're all professional teachers. So now, just look at this. This is Excel interface. Just take a look at it. Just look at, let's take like a minute to look at it. Because when they say computer, some people see it as something that is strange. And when we say we want to teach Excel, some people still look at it as something that is too small. It's not a small package. Please don't neglect any computer program, even if it is Microsoft Word. Don't neglect anything, because the day it will mess with you, you will respect it. So take a picture of this. So I'm going to share the actual Excel with you. Okay, let me share it. So this is Excel. So this is the way Excel is looking. Can you see my screen? Please, if you can see my screen, I'd like to see a reaction, please. If you can see my screen, let me know so that it doesn't look as if I'm talking to myself. Put it in the chat box. If you can see my screen, let me see your thumbs up. Let me see, yes, 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 I can see. So please, I want to know if you can see my screen and you can hear me well. All right. Okay, thank you, Divine. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Geze. Thank you. All right. So now, to open up Excel in your system, you go to your Windows menu on your desktop. So it's also on the keyboard. That is by the bottom left-hand side beside the alternate key that has something like 4 squares joined together. So if you go there, for those of you that are using Windows 10, you will see all programs. You go to all programs and you go to Microsoft Office, and you select your Microsoft Excel. And for those that are using Windows 11, you can just type, you can just type Excel. There's a search. You can search Excel. Search Excel. You see Microsoft Excel, and then you click on it and you open it up. So for my own, I will have to search for Excel. I have Excel here. So if I click on it, it opens up this Excel. So, and for some people, it will say open blank. Okay, let's see. Let me show you that. Excel. Okay, because I'm already open, it's going to, it's going to tell you.
Oh, okay.
Blank workbook. A new blank workbook. So select the blank workbook, and this is how it's looking. So I have a lot of things here. So now, in this interface, there's so many things that are important, but for the sake of this training, the things that will help us to keep record and save, and also do some important calculations that we usually do in school. These are the things that we'll need. So please, everybody mute yourself, mute yourself, mute yourself, mute yourself. Please mute yourself, mute yourself, so that the noise will be less. Please, Chidima, help me to mute them.
You can mute
So,
now so that the host can mute everybody, so that there will be distraction.
please mute everybody.
You can mute everybody so that there won't be distraction.
I'm doing that now.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you. So now, there are lots of things. So for the purpose of this training, we are going to focus on the important things, the things that we are going to use to help us to record and calculate and keep reports and save and keep, so that you'll not be afraid that you actually put it in your phone or send it to your email. Anytime somebody goes for it, pull it out, send it to that person, and you are good to go. Okay, so if you look at the top most layer of my screen, you will see here we have something like file, home, insert, background, formulas, data, view, and so many other things. So now, all these things are what we call labels. We call them labels. That's the label session. So now we are in the home. So if you look at the home, you see that there's a small green line under the home. So the home is underlined. So we are currently in the home. And the home label, everything you are seeing is a feature in the home label. So we have the font, the copy, the paste, we have the font. Here, this is where you set the font. We have the font size. So the font is like the handwriting that is here. They have the bold, the italic, the underline. So first, before I go into details in what is in the label, I want to explain all these areas you are seeing so that we go there. So here we have the formula bar. This is the formula bar. So now, all these small boxes that we are seeing that is in the whole page, we call each of it a cell. We call it a cell. When a cell is like you're locked up from all angles, so you call it a cell. So now this is cell, and then we have rows and columns. The rows are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 section, and the columns are the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H till thy kingdom come. So below here we have sheet 1. So this is the pagination. That's to say this is the first page. And beside it, there's a plus sign. If I click on the plus sign to create another page, it's all still in the same document. So that's that for the pagination. So with this, you can actually navigate to page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4. So if I click plus, I have page 2. If I click plus, I have page 3. So that's that. So in the cells is where you type in whatever you are putting into your Excel. So let me say this is, oh, what happened? Sorry, can you make me a co-host because you just locked me out so that I can share my screen again. Hello, Chidima.
I've done that.
Okay, thank you. Okay, they say host disabled participant sharing screen. Okay, I can see that. I'm a host now. All right. Thank you. Okay, let's go back to Excel. All right, please, if you can see my screen, let me know. If you can see my screen, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, thank you, Karen. All right, so continue. Now, so this is copy, this is cut. So some people have been using copy, and paste, but they don't understand what it means, copy or to cut. So to copy means you want to do a duplicate, you want to have a duplicate, you want to photocopy or duplicate a particular thing. To cut means you want to entirely move that item one place. So paste is simply put it here. Paste is just to put it in a particular place. So copy, cut, and paste. So here we have the cut, we have the copy, we have the paste. So before you copy, you have to highlight what you want to copy or what you want. So cut, and I have to go to where I want to paste it. Say I want it to be here. I'll come and say paste, and boom, it happens. That place becomes pattern. So if it's copy, and I click this is copy, I say copy. It's okay, here, paste. I notice I still have piece up and there piece down. So that is the work of copy, cut, and paste. Now we have the fonts. So this is for the fonts. There you set the font is like the text, the way you want to play. That's the fonts. Then we'll have the font size. Font size. Here, anything, anyone I can increase it. So you can type it in, you can select, depending on what you want, so that those of us that have it can increase the font so that it match your eye. Like don't stress. So we have alignments. This is for the alignment. So as you can see, they are all labeled under. So we have alignment, you have number, we have style, we have cells, we have editing, you have analysis, you have sensitivity. So alignment is what it to be to the left or to the right, to the top, to the bottom, to the middle, all those things. So I can adjust this by coming to between 1 and 2, adjust the row, and just click and drag. I've adjusted. I can click and drag. And click and drag. It's all about choice. Depends on what you want to do, how you want to play around. So I want to do something, I'm going to copy. Go to copy. And then I'll come here and paste. So see? So that's it. Now we have maths. So let's put score. Let me just put score. And I'll put it manually. Because we are, for the purpose of this training, we are just trying to learn. So I'll just put a random score, because everything we are doing, we are trying to get the experience and we are trying to maximize time as much as possible. So, yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think
Okay.
so. I don't have
So,
a picture.
now, are we seeing
Okay,
this orientation here? In the alignment, there's this orientation. Who is unmuting herself and is stopping my training? So there's this orientation. So you're seeing this AB with arrow pointing up. There's this AB with arrow pointing up. So if I select it, so first of all, I have to select places I want to have that effect. So let me select the subject. So to select the subject, I have to click and drag, or I have to hold the shift key, select the first cell, hold the shift key and press the arrow key. So if you look at the keyboard, for those of you that are using laptop, in the bottom right, there's always these 4 arrow keys, one pointing up, one pointing down, one pointing left, one pointing right. So you hold the shift key and go all the way, select all the ones you want, and then you go to that orientation, and you go to the orientation, and you say, okay, I want it to be pointing counterclockwise. Are we seeing the way it's looking fine, Abby? So that's how they do it. So you can say, okay, I want it to be pointing, rotate text down. So some of you have your report card looking like that. This is some of the things they used to arrange it. So I think I'll copy these results. Let me copy it. I hold the shift key and press up arrow. Then I press copy. Another shortcut for doing copy is Ctrl+C. Ctrl+C is the shortcut for copy. I just place it here, Ctrl+V. And then, now, this is for general. This is if you're working with numbers, if you want the numbers to be in a currency, if you want it to be for accounting, if the column is for dates, if the column is for time, if the column is for percentage, so all those things, this is where you put such effects. So now we have insert. Insert is for, okay, this row. I forgot one subject I want to insert. I'll go to this place. I insert a new column. and the colon will come before CRK. Are you seeing it? So if I want a new row, I'll select the row. Let's say I want another person's name. We missed somebody's name that is supposed to come before a piece. So I say, okay, I insert. To give me another row, a new row to insert the person's details. So that's for insert. And also we have delete. So for delete, you have to highlight what you want to delete. So I click on 3 to select the whole of 3. If I click on B, it will select the whole B. If I click on a particular cell, it will just select that cell. So if I click delete, it will only delete that cell. It will not delete any other cell. So, but if I want to delete the whole row, I have to select the whole row. That's by selecting the 3. I click on delete, and it's gone. All right, now, one of the simple things we need to do is that we need to also know how to save these things. So first is to type in what you're supposed to type in, just like you have seen I have people's name typed in, and then you also want to save. So if you want to save your work, it's very simple. Go to the file label. I will go to the file label, it says save. And it's going to ask you what you want to save as. So for some people's phone, it will come up like this. And it's asking you file name, save as type. So here is where you select the particular location you want to save your file. If you want to save at the desktop, is that place you see when you on your computer. When your computer finish booting, and then you have not opened anything, that's what you see, that's the desktop. So if you want that document to be saved there, you select the desktop. You want, there's also a folder that is called documents, so you can as well save it there. You don't want it to be there on that. So this is the point, you know where you save it, you are saving. So if you are not careful here, you will save your work and you will be looking for it because you don't know the particular place that's work. So I'll select the desktop. I select my desktop. You look on top of here, you see desktop here. So now file name is the name I want this file document to be. If it's SS3 results or SS3A results, if it's SS2B results. So I'm saving it as Excel workbook. So I will save. Chicken, I've saved my work. If I go to my desktop now, I will see it. It will be there. Like you don't need to stress to find it. So now we are going to do the first calculation. Total. We need to know this total, the score, the total score this person got. So now, there are so many ways to go about it. So when you are setting question, there's always equal to sign. We all know what equal to sign is. Now, instead of using your calculator to come and press 34 plus 76 plus 45 plus 33, it's simple. Now, before I go into it, there's something I have to explain. Now, each cell, when I select any cell, if you look at this name box here, is by the top, around the top, under the label, home label, is by the right hand, left hand side. It's B2. What the same thing is I am in column B, row 2. So if I select this one, it's saying I am in column A, row 1. Select this one, say I am in column A, row 7. That's how it identifies each cell. So this is column C, row 5. So now why I'm explaining this is that this is actually what you will need when you are doing any calculation. So if I say equals to, once I put equals to, it starts expecting a function. Immediately I press equal to, this part, this function became alive. Before it was dead. See, it's gray. Immediately I press equal to, it will change because it has already known I want to do something. And if I check, are you seeing here? I see functions. I see suggestions that it is giving me. median, sum, average if, hyperlink, count, maximum, sign, sum if, PMT. So now, but these are not the things I want to do. I just want to calculate. There's some there, but I'll still tell you how to go about it. That's a shortcut, but let's learn the long way first. So now I say equals to. So what is this? This is the mass for John is, it starts from C, column C. The scores of the subject started from column C. So column C, row 2, right? So I have to say C2. That's highlighted C2. I'll say plus. So to press the plus on your laptop, you need to hold down the shift key to press the plus. So you see, so plus. So the next one is to add D2 as a D2. So D2. It will highlight D2. Again, plus E2 plus F2. See the way it's highlighted it. If I press enter, it will give me the total. It will give me the sum. So now, some of you will say, is this how I'll be doing it for each of them? No. Don't stress. Don't worry. Now, if once I've done the first one, are we seeing this black square that is under by the left bottom of this my cell? This small square. So now if I move my cursor, my cursor that is moving around, if I bring it on top of that square, it will change to a darker cross. So I will have to double click. So what we call it is flash fill. So we have to double click. If I double click, it will automatically do the same for all the other rows. So if I had 1 million rows, it will do the calculation express. That is one way to go about it. So now, someone will now say, what if I now add another row? Let's say I will insert another row now. Insert another row. Say, okay, I want to put a PhD. Okay, and now this PhD, I come and put another, I'll come and put the scores. I copy and paste. I did copy and paste. So I now put scores. Now, it did not change the total because I only selected a few rows, a few columns. I selected them individually. So you see, it did not affect the total. Now, another way to go about this sum is this. I use equal to. Now, equal to. I'll now come and select C2, right? Instead of using plus, I'll type, sum. I'll use sum. I'll open a bracket. So it automatically knows that what I want to do is what? To add. Sum from C2. I'll use my colon to where? To G2. You see the way I selected it? I want it to add everything from C2 till it gets to G2. So now I'll close the brackets and I'll press enter. Now, I'll double click. It will duplicate the same function. Now, if I select this total here, if we look at the formula bar, I'm not seeing 2, 3, 4, right? I'm seeing the function that did the work. If I select agric, I'm seeing 45. But if I select total, I'm seeing sum. Sorry. If I select total, I'm seeing sum. But if I select 45, I'm seeing just 45. That's to tell you that it doesn't even know these figures. What it knows is the function that it should have. But if I want to print, it's going to show me the figures, but it's not going to show me the point. So now, if in this scenario that I now insert, I say, okay, I forgot another subject. Oh, hey, so let's say physics. We forgot physics, so let's do physics. We copy this guy, now paste it here. Automatically, it added that particular code. So you see the difference from the first addition and the second addition. So the first addition was specific. to a particular row, a particular cell, all the particular cells, all the columns I told it to select. But this particular style, this one, using the sum function, is now what we use to find, to make it easy. So I don't need to go and start adding. I don't need to start saying also add plus B this or plus B this. No. So once I say sum from C2 to the last one, even if I add another row before that one, it automatically calculates it because it started from mass and stopped in CRK. So as long, even if you move CRK further, add another row to calculate it as well. So that's one way to go about it. That's for sum. I don't know if we are following. Show me some reaction if you are following. Show me some reaction if you are following. I want to know if we are following. Are we following? Are we getting content from this training? Are we lost? I want to see your comments. I'm waiting for your comments. Okay, thank you, Jacinta. Thank you, Jacinta. Okay. Interesting. All right, thank you, Geze. Okay, thank you, Isaac. Thank you, Isaac. All right, keep it coming, keep it coming, keep it coming. Okay, I should repeat the sum. All right. So the sum, like I said, before you put anything, before the calculation starts, it's always going to start with an equals to sign. You also start with an equal to sign. So type your equal to, and you press equal to sum, because that's what we want to do. You know, in calculation is sum. So sum means to add. So sum means to add, and then you open brackets. So to open brackets, you have to hold down your shift key. So for those, one of the basic training now I'm going to teach you is that if you're looking at your keyboard, those places where you have numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Now, on top of each of them are other keys. So for you to be able to access those other keys that are on top of those numbers, you have to hold down the shift key. You have to press the shift key to be able to access those other numbers. So you hold your shift key and open a bracket, and you select where you want it, which column do you want the addition to start from. See, start from here. You see? So I just clicked on it and it typed C2. So, and I'll say, okay, I'll press my colon. I don't want it to be C2. So, okay, say C2 colon. Sorry, colon. That's okay. Where do I want it to end? Where do I want it to end? It's going to end in H2. Then I will close my brackets. And I'll press enter in my keyboard. And it will automatically calculate it. And to do the same for the 1 million rows that are available, like if you have 100 students, 200 students, I'll just come to this square, this small square that is showing on this cell. I'll just bring my cursor to it, and the cursor will change to a black cross, and I'll just double click, bam, bam, with my mouse, and it will just do the same calculation for the 1 million rows that I have. So that's that for addition. So one way to go about it to make it faster is this. Now I want to add it. I want to do the total here. Let me do total. Total here. So I want to have total of maths, total of English, total of all the subjects. So now I'll keep my cursor here. I'll select this cell. So are we seeing this some symbol here? Are we seeing the sum symbol? Are we seeing the sum symbol? Okay, so if I click on the sum symbol, if I select this cell and I'll go and click on the sum symbol. Once I click on it, It has given me the function. It's telling me, is this what you want to do? Do you want to add C2 down to C9? Is that what you intend to do? If that is what I intend to do, I'll press enter. If that is not what I intend to do, I will change it. So it's asking me, is it C2 to C9 that you want to add? Of course, that's what I want to add. I'll just press enter and boom, it has done it. Same thing. So now, for me to replicate across the whole row, because I want it to do the same. So I'll just bring my cursor to that small square. It changes to a black. Now, this time around, I'll click and drag it to the last subject. So now I know the total scores for each subject. Total scores for each subject. Total scores for each subject. Then I know the total scores for each student. Now, in most cases, if it's a secondary school, we are having in some schools where we teach by subjects. There are some schools that teach by subject, Abby. So let me copy. I copied. Let me paste it here. So I'll come here, click and drag to make it balanced so that you'll be seeing the first name. Click and drag. Click and drag, or double click. I can double click and it will still do the same. If I double click, I'll come here first. I'll double click, pop-up. It will shift. So let's add the total here. Like I said, you can come here, click on sum. So if I click on sum, it's asking me, do you want to add this? Is this, if it's not, I say, okay, no, it's not what I want. But do C2 to C9, still the same thing though. I want to enter it myself, don't enter it for me. So I'll press my enter and it's giving me the total. So this is the total. This is the total score. Now, I want to know the average performance of every student. The average. Are we there? I want to know the average. So how many subjects do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 subjects. And we know that to calculate average is the total number of scores divided by the number of subjects. That is total number of items divided by the number of items. So if I want to find the average of 5 items, I add those 5 items and I divide by the number of them. So there are 5, so I'll be dividing by 5. There are 100, I'll be dividing by 100. That's after I've added all the numbers of each of the items. How many items? Or what was the score? Or what's the amount? Or what's the quantity? So the average of each student, that's another thing we usually do in results. So let's go average. Now I want to do average. Abby? Ouch. Let's do average. Shit, what did I do? Okay. Okay, average. So I'll say equals to, like I said, once you want to calculate, equals to comes first. Average. Are we saying average? It's showing me average. So average. I'll open brackets. What do I want to find the average of? I want to find the average of C2 to here, H2. This is the score. I want to find the average of this numbers. So I'll close my brackets and I'll press enter. My people, is this not easy? I'll just come here and do the same thing. Double click on this my square here, flash fill, and boom, I have average of, for every student, I have average for every student. Average, very simple. So if the school wants to check the performance of a teacher, it's simple, find the average performance of each subject teacher. I'll just come here and say, average equal to first, average, give me average of C2 column C9. Just give me the average. I'll press enter. See now, I know that the average performance of all the students in mathematics is 55. I want to see the average. This is, they tell you that your students perform below average, below their given average. You see that it's very simple to calculate. Instead of pressing calculator, after pressing for John, you press for peace, you press for hope, you press for praise. You sleep with headache. You sleep around 2 a.m. You're still awake. You're still calculating because there's usually no time to do these things. You see that it's very simple. And in the end, you just send it to Cyber Cafe. They print it for you, go and submit, and you rest. So the last one I'm going to show you now is something that is going to help you. You need to rewatch this video to really understand it. So now I want to grade. So we'll call it a conditional formatting. It's conditional. So you want to know those that pass and those that fail. So, and they tell you that anybody that is above 50, it should be pass. Anybody that is below 50 should fail. It's okay. So I'll come here and say equals to. Say if. So you know, if there's not say if something happens, so it's conditional. So until that thing happens, nothing goes. So if I'll open my brackets, if this average is the average column, Abi, if this average here is greater than 50, comma, I open inverted comma here. Please pass. I'll close it. Comma. Now, what if the person not get above 50? So the person should do what? I'll put inverted comma, fail. So what I simply told it is this. If any average score is above 50, let that person pass. Else, let that person will what? Fail. Very simple, straightforward. If anybody got above 50, let that person pass. If that person got below 50, let that person fail. So I'll press enter. Boom. And this guy got 44. What are we seeing here? Fail. So if I just come here and double click, my worries are over. My worries are over. Like I'll just I prepare the result sheet of my class, I go and sleep. So with this, I know, even by looking at it, I know who has the highest average. Now, are we seeing this point? See. So here, in this scenario, we'll go to the numbers here. We are seeing the one pointing to the right and the one pointing to the left. I'll be clicking on the one pointing to the left. So I lesser, sorry. I have to highlight it. I have to highlight those guys. I want lesser. It's giving me more zeros. This is reducing the number of zeros I have, the decimal places I have. So maybe I just, Ifendo, Sister Ifendo, you are writing on my screen. Sister Ifendo, you are writing on my screen. Thank you. So I'll start reducing, maybe it's the nearest one. So now automatically I know those that did well and those that did not do well. And it has actually told me those that passed and those that failed. You go and sleep. It's very simple. Very, very simple. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you that is doable. So now I'm going to put their grades. Now, say if equal to, if I open my brackets and say, if C2 is greater than 80, comma, please give that person A. I'll press my comma. I say, if again, that same C2 got greater than 60. Give that person, let's give that person B, comma. If again, open brackets, C2 is greater than 50, please give that person a C, close, comma. If the same C2 is greater than 40, comma, please give that person D, comma. Else, if that person does not fall in any of this category, please put an F. And then I'll close. How many times I open bracket? I open it 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to close it 4 good times. So I'll close my brackets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I press enter. My dear people, your headache and your worry is over. You have calculated results and you go and rest. You go and sleep. Have peace of mind. Tomorrow, you just go and print in the cyber cafe, send it to them, and they print it. And you go your way. Their result is accurate. Like, there's nothing like you did mistake when you wanted to press 2, you press 3, press 4. So, with this is just the basic. They are, like, this Excel is deep. Like, I'm just giving us the aspects that is important for us as teachers. Like, this is what will help you. Like, right now, you can have up to 4 classes that you're teaching maths. I still have another class, you're teaching further maths. Or I have another class, you're teaching Agric to SS2 classes. And you're teaching Agric also to JSS classes. And you have like 5 classes results to prepare. My dear, it's very simple. If you have this skill, you don't have to stress too much. The only stress you have is to impute their names, their scores. And the calculation is just a piece of cake. So with this, I have come to the end of my own session. Now, I'll be glad to take your questions. So please, what did I take to reduce the fraction? Oh, okay. The fraction is just, you come to this number section. Are you seeing this arrow that is pointing towards the right-hand side? Yes, so you continue to, when you highlight it, let me highlight it. Let me go to sheet 1. Let me highlight it. Highlighted everything. Hold the shift key, or you click and drag. So you come to this part. Are we seeing this arrow? Decrease decimal. This part is increase decimal. So this one will increase decimal. This one will decrease decimal. I see this is the nearest round figure. So my people, life is easy if you understand what it takes to do calculation here. So if you notice, if I say, I want to print Jare, file, go to file label, say, please print. My people, it's simple. See as the result is looking. Look at the page 2 here. See the page 2. See? Life is very simple if you understand how to make it. Let me make it a landscape. So let me go to my page layout, orientation, landscape. Let's return to the home, go to file, print, so that you see everything in one page. Life is very simple. Let's not complicate things for ourselves. That's why I say these are things that are important for teachers, to ease your stress, to make things easier for you, and you can have time to rest, have time to practice. So at this juncture, think my class has come to an end. Thank you very much, Chidima. Thank you, Verbal Network, for giving this opportunity to teachers to upgrade their knowledge to acquire this skill. So I can stop sharing my screen now. Thank you, Chidima.
All right, Miss Amara. Thank you very much. Nobody is saying it, nobody is giving reactions. We need reaction. We need a thank you from our very own teacher, Miss Amara. Please send in your thank you, send in your reactions. We need a very good reaction because this work is not easy. Now check when you have even private classes, you have two schools that you're attending to, you're juggling. This is a whole lot. So is work made easy for you? Is work made easy for every one of us? So thank you very much, our very own teacher, Miss Amara. Thank you very much. I think we are going to take questions, just 2 or 3 questions before we move on to the next speaker, which will be me. Thank you very much, Miss Amara. Please send in your reactions. Nobody is using reactions. Send in your reactions. Please clap your hand for our teachers. For our teacher, Miss Amara, please. Send in your reaction. Go down to dial. Send in your reaction. Go down to your panel. If you're using your phone, send in your reaction. Thank you very much. Now check if you're teaching more than 2 schools, or you have other extra work you have in your hand. Like, this is work made easy. This is work made easy. And it's even a whole lot that you would, because one thing is to know it, the other thing is to practice and to get better with it. Because if you just leave it here, the information will just evaporate. You'll not even know when everything will just leave you. So I will encourage us to practice this. I will encourage us to practice this once more so that we'll not be able to forget it very soon. So it will be a part of us. Because as you are going, there things are, most times you will see yourself exhausted. You see yourself exhausted, and then you remember that you have work to do. You have to record your results, people's results. You have a whole lot to do, and this is just like work made easy. So thank you very much, Miss Amara Obu. Must I use a laptop for this? Miss Amara, I think we have a question for you. Can you hear me? Miss Amarachi Obu.
Yes, I can hear you. Okay. In as much as you can still have access to it on mobile, there is some of us work with WPS in our mobile device. So WPS can give you access to a spreadsheet. Yes, you can apply these formulas, these functions to them, and it still work. But the other thing is that since WPS is not Microsoft Excel, you may not likely find these things the way I showed you here. And also, because it's a mobile device, some of those things will not be showing the same way it's showing on laptop. So that's why it's going to be a bit different, and you have to take your time to really understand. So, any other question?
Please, if you have any questions, just
thank you,
write it in
Juliana.
the chat box. If you have any question, please write it in the chat box. All right, you're welcome, Juliana. If you have any other question, just take 2 questions so that we can move forward to the next presenter. So if you have any other question, you can send it in. If you have any other question, you can send it in. Miss Amara, please make me a host because I have to.
You can retrieve your host now.
Okay.
Retrieve it. Yes, retrieve it.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. I'm not seeing any question coming forth. So I think I should move on. So I will be presenting for the second class, which is the use of AI to make our work easy. AI is here to stay. So I'm here to show you how to use your AI to make your work easier. All right, some people raised their hands. Please, if you have any question, please, can you write it? Can you type it in? Because I'm not seeing any reaction and I'm not seeing any question.
Hey, Fendo, you can ask your question. And Technospark 4, I don't know who is Technospark 4. You can ask your question. Your hands are raised. Sister Fendo, you raised your hand. Can you ask your question now? Okay. All right, seems that maybe it's a mistake. So let me lower their hands. It's a mistake. All right, so Miss Chidima, you can.
All right. All right, I think we should continue. So the next presentation will be on AI. So we are going to see how we are going to use AI to make our work easier, just like in the olden days where when you want to look for a particular word, or you're given a project that you want to write on, you go to the library to research and to work on it. You go to this one, you go and bring all the books in the world to just be reading to find the particular answer to what you need. Now AI is telling you, I am here for you. I am here to make this work easy for you. So I think now that the world is in the tech phase, that using AI and making AI your friend is one of the best things that would happen to you as a teacher. One of the best things that can happen to you as a teacher. So I can't. All right, I cannot share my screen, Miss Amara, and I cannot. Yeah, I'm saying sorry. So okay. One of the very good thing I like about AI is it makes work easy. A lot of people in different industries are using it. Me as a marketer in Verbal Network, it makes work easy for me because anytime I'm at an edge, I'm at an edge, I'll be like, oh, where do I go from here? I will just be like, okay, let me go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT about this. So we are going to see how this will work for us as teachers, how this will make work easier for us, because we don't want to, as much as we want to. Yes, I'm coming, please. What's AI? We are getting to that part. As much as we don't want stress in our life. We want everything to be easy. At this point, making work bulky for you is something that you don't want. You want to give quality, and then you want to relax while giving quality. You don't want to stress yourself giving quality. So ChatGPT is here to make it easy for us. So I'm going to share my screen now so that we would see what this AI is all about. I believe this is not the first time you're hearing AI. What's this AI, Seth? What is this AI? Everybody's talking about AI. What is this AI? AI, everybody, this person AI, this other person AI. Please, if you can see my screen, please let me know. If you can see my screen, I want to, please, if you can see my screen, let me know, please. So, all right. I think we should go on now. So this is going to be a practical class, and I want everyone to pay attention to what we can achieve from AI. So let's go down. We are going to talk about AI. the definition, the different types of AI, and then the particular AI we are going to be using in this topic, in this point of our training. Now, what is AI? What is AI? This is the ability of a digital computer or a computer-controlled robot to perform tasks commonly associated with intelligent beings, such as ability to reason, discover meaning, generalize, or learn from past experience. Now, artificial intelligence is the ability of the digital computer or the computer-controlled robot to perform tasks that human beings can easily perform with very fast and very efficient. Now, you don't want, just like without the invention of Excel, without the invention of Excel, people normally, what they do is they write with their paper and pen. They write with their paper and pen, and is always very difficult. It's always very difficult for people to put everything done in paper. So let's take, for instance, that something happens to this paper, something happens to this file. What are you going to do? So AI is here to make it very much easy for you and for I. So artificial intelligence is the ability of the digital computer or computer-controlled robots to perform tasks commonly associated with intelligent beings, all those things that human beings can do, but in this point, in a more efficient and effective way. So is here to tell you, okay, I'm here to ease your pain. I'm here to make work easy for you. I'm here to release this burden from you. So just allow me to release the burden for you. So the next one, the types of AI we have reactive machine, we have limited memory, we have theory of mind, we have self-awareness. So, but in this training, what we are going to be talking about is reactive machine. So reactive machine is the AI system that have no memory and are task specific, meaning that an input always deliver the same output. So is what you give to it that it will give you back. If you say, I want you to give me a name of a female cat, it will give you names of female cats. I want you to help me analyze this thing well. It will help you and analyze it well. I want you to help me and put it in so way. It will help you and put it in a so way. So let's say, just like the Excel, the command you give to it is the output you get. Now, if you put a wrong command, it will give you a wrong result. So it's always good to know that these are human made, and it wants you to feel among with it. You want it to be friendly. Yes, this is what I want you to do for me. Please give me this thing, because it's what you give to it that it will give back to you. So this type of AI, which is the reactive machine, is task specific. What you give to it is what it gives you out. So the input you give is the output you expect. So machine learning models tends to be reactive machines because they take customer data, such as purchase or search history, and use it to deliver recommendations to the same customers. Now, let's take, for instance, you go to your Google, you want to search for something, and then every time you go to your Google, you're searching for teacher-related stuff. Now, if you have noticed, anytime you want to search something, the options coming out from the booth is just everything that is related to teachers. That is how it is. So it takes the information that you give it and bring out a result for you. Now, if you are almost everything you're asking AI is about money, how to make money, how to become richer, how to make work easy for me. I want you to help me and define this particular subject. I want you to help me and define this. If you come back to it, your Google search, you will see that even when you start imputing something, it will give you the history. It will come out, the information it gives to you is what the previous information that you have before. So it works with you. Is what you give it that it will give out to you. So that is one thing I want you to note about artificial intelligence. One thing I want you to know about AI is what you give to it is what you receive back. Just like from what my other tutor said about Excel, you give it a function, it brings out the result of that function you give it. So moving forward, we have this part, the Open AI. Now, this is a research and development deployment company that encourages collaboration and open dialogue, allowing for the development of more transparent AI systems. So it's Open AI that brought about ChatGPT, and this is the form of AI we are going to be talking about today. And please, if you have your phone with you and your network is on, you are going to sign in on ChatGPT now, so that we can be able to practicalize what we have for today. Now let's talk ChatGPT. What is ChatGPT? Maybe today is not the first time you're hearing about it. Maybe today is the first time you're hearing about it. But ChatGPT is here to tell you that I am your friend. Come to me when you are burdened with this, so that I will make it lesser. Well, it can give you automatic what you want, and then it can give you an idea of what you want. Again, it's not for you to feel lazy. It's not for you to not be authentic, because one unique thing about human and machine is the authenticity. So as a human, obviously, you're meant to be authentic. So it's not when you go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT, what is a noun? And then you carry what ChatGPT gives you verbatim and go and give to your students without reading through, without even making it more human or more familiar with, because there's always a tune that you talk to your students with. So when you leave that tune you talk to your students with, it's going to feel different, and then maybe it will now feel like a burden. They will not even grasp what you have to say. So as much as ChatGPT is here to lessen our burden, it's not telling us, oh, go and feel lazy, oh, don't do your work yourself, or oh, don't, if I give you something, you carry it verbatim and just give it out. No, as human beings, we have this unique intelligence in us that makes, as much as the machine is there, that makes work also easy. So ChatGPT is a specific AI system that specializes in language processing. It uses a large database of human written text to generate responses to user inputs. It can be used for a variety of tasks. Just like I said, every industry use ChatGPT. It makes work easy. You as a teacher can also make your work less easy and even fun for your students. So the chatbot uses ChatGPT for a large language model that uses deep learning to produce human-like text. Now, the version we're going to be using is obviously 3.5, because ChatGPT 4 is a pro version of it. So, but what I'm just trying to say is that, like I've said before, ChatGPT is just here to aid you. It's not here to tell you to be lazy. It's not here to tell you, okay, since I'm here, since you have discovered me, go and relax. No, it's here to also add to your efficiency as a human, to produce more work, to produce more, and not just for you to feel lazy. Okay, moving forward, the do's and don'ts of ChatGPT. The do's, very simple. You use it precisely and use it to inspire, not to create. Now, what do I mean by that? When you go to ChatGPT and then you rely solely, just like I've said, solely on what it gives you, it doesn't feel human. It feels robotic most times, because most times it gives you all these very big words that even your students might not be able to grasp. So it's always good to use it for as an inspiration, as an aid to make work easier for you and for your students. So you're not there to depend on it solely. No, you're not there to depend on it solely. You are there to make it assist you. It's just as an assistant. If just like when you get to a company, they have different structure. We have the manager, you have this person, you have the head of department and all that. So ChatGPT is here to be your assistant in this area of work, in your area of career, in your career, to be, okay, I'm here to help you anytime you want me to help you. Okay, also keep it very simple. Like I said, ChatGPT is made by humans. They are produced by humans. So obviously it has this it's human-like. So is the input you give to it that it gives out the results. From the input you give, the result comes out. So it's always very good to keep it very, very simple and straightforward with ChatGPT, so that the results you give to it is the results it will come out with. Also, the don'ts of ChatGPT: you avoid requesting for confidential information or privacy information, and then do not totally depend on it. I will keep saying this: do not totally depend on this, because ChatGPT is more like an assistant. It's not there for you to be lazy. It's just something that will help you to make work easier for you. So please, let's get started. I want us to log in, or I want us to practicalize what we have here today. So, sorry. I want us to practicalize what we have here today. So go to your Google or search engine. Please, if you have your mobile phone, you can minimize your phone and go to your Google. Just follow me and see how it works. Please, if you can practicalize with me, please, I will advise you do that. If you can practicalize with me, I advise you do that. So if you go to your Google, you search. Let me go to my Google search. So now, so please go to your Google and search GPT, and then click on the login OpenAI. Please, are you following me? I don't know if anyone is following me. I don't know if anyone, please, if you're following me, please, I want to know if you're following me before I continue. Please, I want to know if you're following me. If you're following me, please. If you're following me, please respond to this. Okay, someone is raising their hands. William, do you have any question? Please, if you're following me, please respond so that we can move forward. I think someone is raising their hand. All right. All right, if you can also practicalize this, please do well to follow me and practicalize, because it's going to be very much fun doing that from your own end. So we'll go from here, I think. All right, let's continue. So for me, I have this. So you have the login and sign up. So as a first timer, you have to sign up to see what this is what you are going to get. Now, you can create your account, you can input your email, or you can go to continue with Google. So continue with Google, then ChatGPT. So this is one. Okay, so you will not find this like this. because I incorporated another form of ChatGPT in mind. So it should just come out as this. So you have by the left, you have the new charts. Even when you come down to this point, you have where you can talk to ChatGPT. Okay, let's move forward, please. Now, how do we incorporate this in our daily teaching? How do we incorporate this in our daily teaching? Now, just like I said, ChatGPT is here to ease your work. No, first of all, the first thing first, to make lesson easy, fun, and also engaging. Now, what do I mean? Let's take, for instance, you are a teacher, and then you are teaching the nursery school people, your students are nursery school pupils, and then you are finding it difficult to, always make them assimilate what you are teaching them. You are finding it difficult for them to gain in what they are teaching them. So you don't want this to be a headache for you. You want, once you teach these people, they will be able to assimilate very well. Or let's even say you are in the daycare, and then of course mothers will leave their kids for you, and then you are teaching them, let's say 1 year, 2 years, and then you are there, you don't want them to be just watching cartoons and all that. You want them to start on time, to start picking words, to start picking alphabet, to start picking numbers. So like, how do you make this thing? That maybe you have tried a whole lot of time. And then you see that it's not even working. You have tried to use to be reading it to them, or to be showing it to them, but it's not working. And then you want to make this thing easy and workable for these people. So how do you make this thing? So let's take this example. Let's say I think I should go ahead and explain the whole interface. By the left hand side, you see the new chart. So if you click on the new chart, it will obviously bring you down to this where you put your message that you want to ask ChatGPT. And then also down in the left panel, you see your other, if you have used it before, you see every information you give to ChatGPT is always storing it for you. So in case you want to go back to it, in case you want to, I think you can see my cursor moving. In case you want to go back to that information, you get. So you want to make life easy, to make this work easy for you. So you want to make the lesson fun. You want to lessen a burden for yourself. So let's go by this. So let's click on the charts. Now you are teaching, let's say a 2 year, the age bracket you're teaching is 2-year-old, and then you want them to understand multiplication, you want them to understand numbers, you want them to understand how to count or anything. Now you come here, you tell ChatGPT, how can I make multiplication table easy for a 2-year-old. Now, moving down to the send message arrow, you click on send. Now, ChatGPT will take your information and give you the output. Just like I said, the information you give ChatGPT is the output you receive. The information you give ChatGPT is the output you receive. Let's say that, okay, if you give, okay, let's say that you want to give, you are teaching 2-year-old, fulfilled, and then you want to ask ChatGPT how to make multiplication table easy for this set, and then you go further to write how to make how can I make multiplication table easy for my students, and then you send it. Now, these two information are not the same. You get one thing with ChatGPT is the information you give to it is the information you receive. Now, the key word in these two input that you gave ChatGPT, that's 2-year-old and then students. Now, ChatGPT will obviously give you with keywords the information. Okay, let's look at this. How can I make multiplication table easy for 2-year-old? Now, see the first step. They said making a multiplication table easy for a 2-year requires simplification and visual aids. Keep in mind that 2-year-olds are still developing their understanding of basic concepts. So here are ways to approach it. Introduction to counting, visual representation, simple multiplications concepts, hands-on activity, repetition and play, then relate to everyday life, visualization table, which is giving you how to mark down, and then patience and flexibility. Now let's see the information we have here. Now, the first information we have here, how can I make multiplication table easy for my students? Now, making multiplication table easy for your students involves breaking down the concepts, using visual aids and incorporating interactive methods. Here are step-by-step approach. Now, ChatGPT approached this second information with the fact that you use students that, oh, these are grown-ups, obviously. So as much as they are grown-ups, this is the range they are going to be. Now, making this other information specific to 2-year-old is where it had to tell you, okay, bear in mind, keep in mind that 2-year-olds are still developing their understanding of basic concepts. And then here are ways to approach it. It's giving you an idea, a way to approach this, because they know that obviously that 2-year-old is very difficult for them to grasp. They are just trying to pick up words. They have not gotten to that level of grasping. So it's just here telling you that, oh, bear in mind that they are still developing, but coming down to this point, it did not give you that one, because what you just gave it is my students, and then it's just obviously taking that information, my students, and it involves breaking down the concepts using visual aids and then incorporating the interactive method. Now, the first thing you are seeing here for the 2-year-old is what? Introduction to counting. Now, for here, clear introduction to multiplication. Now, they are not the same approach, because obviously it will give you an information based on the input you've given it. So clear introduction to multiplication, visual aids, use mnemonics, and then grouping and arrays, interactive games, real life contests, progression of difficulty, practice and repetition, peer teaching, online resources. Now, online resources is obviously they can do it. They can go online and do these things, but 2-year-old cannot. So it's giving you information. It's giving you the answer based on the information you have given it, based on the keywords that you have given it. Now, also bear in mind, just like I've said before, that ChatGPT is your friend. Is not, as much as it's called AI, they are human, they think like human. So when you approach it as like you are talking to a colleague, when you approach it like you're talking to a friend, it will give you that friendly response. But if you go with the fear that is this going to work, or you don't approach it in a human-like way, obviously it's not going to give you exactly what you want. So the first thing first is going to make your work easy and give you the understanding that you need to approach this set of people. We are taking 2-year-olds. It's going to give you that, okay, see the way you are going to approach these people because they are still developing. So once it gives you that idea, it is now left for you to go and develop these ideas. If you solely depend on it and then relax, obviously it will not work. But once it gives you that idea and then you develop it, you own it and give it out to your students, your pupils, then that is how it goes. But once it gives you verbatim, just like this, introduction to counting, then before diving into multiplication, ensure the child has a basic understanding of counting and numbers. Use toys or objects to count together, emphasizing one-to-one correspondence. You see, it has given you an idea on how to approach this set of human beings, on how to approach this set of people. If the first one we have here, clear introduction to multiplication, start with a simple and clear explanation of what multiplication is. You cannot explain to 2-year-old that multiplication is the times of this and that. No, they will just be looking at you. They will not, obviously they might be looking at you. They will just be maybe playing or crying when you are doing that. So use relatable examples such as combining groups of objects or sharing items equally among a certain number of people. So these are just approaches that you can use following the information that you have given to ChatGPT. All right. So whatever information you give to it is the information you give out. It is the result it gives to you. Now, like I've always said, the ingredients if you want to get ChatGPT, write down keywords that you know that once you tell ChatGPT this is it, it's going to follow. And also, let's say that it has given you this thing, okay, how can I make multiplication table easy for your student? And then it gives you this first response, and then you are not, okay, this is good, but you want something else. You can come here to this place where the wrote regenerates. You click on it, and then it's giving you another way to approach it. It's giving you another way to approach it. Now you can combine the first one and then the second one and see, okay, oh, now I understand what you mean. I can follow this through this. Now, if you feel like this second one also is not entering, you can also go ahead to regenerate again. It's coming out. This is it. Now, this one, in this step, it's using times table charts. Provide a timetable chart for quick reference. Make it visually appealing with colors and clear formatting. Display it in the classroom and encourage students to refer to it while practicing. Now, this is another form. The first one, now, if you can see my cursor, if you can see, I just had to zoom it in this place that they wrote 3/3. These are different responses that ChatGPT have generated for you. Now, you can click on this here. The second one will come out. The first one will come out. Now, if these are different responses that ChatGPT have generated for you, you can as well combine these responses and know the one that works best for you. Because obviously that is giving you this approach doesn't mean that you are going to follow this approach verbatim. You have your knowledge, you have your year of experience in teaching too. Now, the only thing that ChatGPT is doing for you is just helping you ease that stress or making you to relearn a new approach of teaching these people. So this is more like, okay, this is the way I've been doing it. I don't want to be doing it this way again. Please, ChatGPT, help me and generate ways of doing this thing. Now, with your old knowledge, with your years of experience, and then with the information that ChatGPT have given to you, you can be able to, move forward and obviously adapt to the new way of teaching your students or of caring for your words. Okay, so moving forward, we have create assessment questions. So now, as a teacher, you have, maybe let's say you are teaching JS1, you are teaching JS3, you are teaching SS1, or you have 2 schools that you're handling. This one you're working part-time, this one you're working part-time. You are just combining the whole thing. And then obviously all of them will not have the same mode of teaching. Okay, this is the way we want to approach our own teaching. This is the way we want to approach our own teaching. So for work to be lesser for you, you can also ChatGPT can also help you to make work lesser for you. Let's say that you're teaching SS1 students. Let's go with this. And you are teaching civic education, for example. Let's say, okay, this is the information I'm giving ChatGPT now. This is a topic I have for my students in SS1. Now I'm going to give it a quote so that it will know that, oh, this is an important information in SS1. And then the topic is, in quotes, youth empowerment. Youth empowerment, in quotes. Help me with theory. Help me with theory. Oh, sorry, I think I had to delete that. Sorry. This is a topic I have for my students, SS1 students. SS1, then in quotes, youth empowerment. Help me with theory questions on this topic for, again, SS1 students. Now let's see what ChatGPT have for us. Now, okay, so we have, did I not write it? This is a topic I have for my students. Help me with, oh, I think I did not finish it. So, okay, let's go with this. So this is the topic, youth empowerment. It's giving you key points to note on youth empowerment. It's giving you overall and challenges. Now, this is theory question based on what it has given you. Okay, so the point is, you have topics that you want to, that you are teaching SS1, you are teaching JS3, and then these people, you don't want to go there and carry verbatim what you have in the textbook and give and put to them. Now you have finished assessing your work, you have finished doing your work, prepared, ready for this particular topic. Now you can come to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT, I have this topic. I want you also to you put on keywords that I want you to also help me and generate what I can teach my students in this particular topic. And then ChatGPT will help you and give you information that you need on it. Now you carry this information and go and compare it with what you have already and see if this one is even straight to the point. Now once you have this, and then with your way of teaching, you can be able to incorporate this and make it easy for your students. You can even come here, let's say for instance you make a mistake. Let me zoom this thing in. Let's say for instance you make a mistake and you want to add more information. You come here on that icon, you click on it, and then you edit the topic, what you have given ChatGPT before. Certainly it have given you the answer, but then you want to impute other words or other keywords to it. Now, this is a topic I have for my SS1, for my students SS1, youth empowerment. Help me make it more fun and easily accessible. Accessible. For my students. I want then you click on that. Then ChatGPT is telling you, absolutely, making the topic youth empowerment fun and easily accessible for your SS1 students. It involves engaging activities and relatable content. Here is a creative approach to achieve this. Now, it's giving you interactive discussions. Engage students in open discussion about what youth empowerment means to them. Encourage them to share their thoughts, experiences, and ideas. This can create a comfortable and inclusive environment. Now, you are not just going there to just pour in what you have. You are going there to make it relatable, make it relative to them. You can as well be like, okay, when you get to class, just like I said, you have your own way of teaching. Now, ChatGPT is giving you another approach to this. Now, incorporating your years of experience with this approach makes it even more easier and fun. So you have engaged in real life stories, share inspiring stories of young individuals who have made positive impacts through empowerment initiatives, highlights how their actions have contributed to their community and society. Now, in this way, you are encouraging them and you're making them keen to know what this particular topic is all about. And it's not just pouring in, and then they will just go and cram the whole notes and then come and also pour it for you. Okay. Sorry, I think something went wrong. And also come and pour it, give it to you, you get? So as you're making this thing interactive, let's say for instance, you go to the class and then you ask someone to share their experience, or you ask them to give their own definition of what they mean. Now you can pick their own definition and even put your own definition and every other thing you have and give it to them. Now it makes teaching easy and fun, because once they see that, oh, you are also making them to be active in class, they will want you to be coming to class. Oh, and they will also want to be prepared for your class. Let's say once you are done with today's topic, which is youth empowerment, the next topic might be community development, and you tell them, read up on this. You are going to know who are going to give the head of this particular topic. Once you are done, we are going to in our next training, or in our next class, we are going to make it more interactive. And then in this particular part, we are going to crown the chairman of maybe the person that gives the most input or the most impact or the most answer. So this is all ways to make teaching fun and easy for you, and also relatable to your student, so that it's not when you go to teach, you just carry and forth without making it even more interactive for them. So these are ways, and these are like key words that ChatGPT will obviously give to you. Okay, let's move further. Okay, I think I have, let's say you come here and then you, let me edit one of our write-off. I think this. Let me edit one of our write-offs. Sorry. This is the topic I have here to make it more fun and accessible. This one is my students. All right. Okay. Let's edit this. So this is a topic I have for my students in SS1. Help me make easy accessible for my students. Now let's edit this. Help me with objective questions for this topic. Save and submit. Now, certainly, here are some objective questions related to the topic of youth empowerment for students. Now, ChatGPT is giving you different objective questions to this particular topic, youth empowerment. Get for senior secondary SS1. So it's giving you different questions. What is the definition of youth empowerment? Identify, explain 3 key elements of youth empowerment. Like we have like 15 questions. Just like I said, if you feel like this is not relatable, you can keep generating for it to give you different options. Okay, just like this, it's giving you what is the definition of youth empowerment, and then it's providing you with the various options too. Which of the following is not a component of youth empowerment? It's giving you the options. So like different ones is, so ChatGPT, like I said, is here to help you grasp, help you to, understand what you have for your student. And it also makes you to relearn and to unlearn and relearn and even to learn new things. Makes work easy for you. Now, once, let's say that you have gotten this topic, and then you want to also like compare and contrast and all that, you can come here. This is the response that he has given to you. You see these 3 icons. This one, so this is like the copy icon. You click on it, and then once it's changed to good, you know that you have copied it. So you can go to your, maybe your notepad, you can go to your Microsoft Word, you can go to anywhere, even on your notes, and just paste it and then use it to compare with what you have. So it's there to obviously make it easy for you. Don't forget, please, the keywords are always important. Just like I showed you, the keywords are always important, because if you remove the keywords from this, it will give you just what you give to it. The information you give to it is what is going to give back to you. So you make it precise and straight to the point, and then know that these are humans, these are human made, these are human beings. So is likely to give you information based on how relaxed or how comfortable you are with it. If you're not comfortable with it, if you are still tiptoeing around it, still walking around it, it might not be able to, it will not be easy for you to use. So you have to make sure you are very much comfortable with it. Now, coming down to this, it has where to break. You can also use it for your, let's say, this is the, I think I'm getting close to finishing. Help me, sorry. Yes. Help me change this word to French. Then youth empowerment. Then let's see what it has. Now, the translation of youth empowerment in French is, okay, obviously I cannot pronounce this, but this is it. So is also a language barrier breaker, because it breaches the gap between two languages, different languages. So from the AI I incorporated, I can switch from English to Espanol to French to Italiano to any language I want from this end. But since it's not there, is if you are someone that you are keen to learning new things, you can easily tell ChatGPT to change this word to French, change this word to Spanish, change this word to different languages, and then you can copy it and, you know, enhance it and teach your students. Also, you knowing that this is a new form of, a new modern of, or an assistant to teaching. So once you copy this, my next speaker the next tutor will speak on presentation. So once you copy this, you can also have where you present it to your students, because now obviously the world is tech inclined, and you don't want to be left behind in that aspect. So I think this is where I end for today. This is where I end for today.
Yes. Let's give it up for Chidima. Please, let's react. Show her some love. You enjoyed her session. If you know you gained something, you learned something from the use of AI, get ideas on how to go about your classes, how to go about your lectures. Williams, I can see your hand is up. All right. I'm not seeing. Yes, thank you, Jacinta. Thank you, Juliana. Thank you, Divine. Thank you. Yes. So that's why we want you people to get something out of this. Thank you, Geze. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you very much. So Williams, you can ask your question. I can see your hand is up. William, you can ask your question. Thank you, Sister Ifendu. Thank you. 85977286225. 6265. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you. Life is easy. Technology is making a lot of things easy. So the earlier we join the train, the better for us. And the funny thing is that some of these students have actually gone ahead of us to actually know these things. And you know, when they know it, and you, the teacher, you are not forthcoming with ideas, they will overspeed you. So you get new ideas on how to tackle situations, how to, play around with their heads when you are teaching them, and they understand better. Anything you are teaching, there's always a way out. It's going to help you to find ideas on how to go about it. Even if you're an English teacher, there's something that will actually help for something to stick. And sometimes we like that insight on how to go about it. And then when you ask it, it will just help you to break down. It will give you ideas on how to go about it. So that is it. So we have someone that asked the question and said you should retry please repeat the area of regenerate. Yes, the area of regenerate. I will say, someone said, don't worry, you are going to get Kaki. You said she should take it step by step gradually for you to photograph the steps. Don't worry, you will get a link to rewatch the video and rewatch it for as many times as you want to. Juliana asked, so can one use this to do a research on a project? Absolutely, but you know it's not going to take to actually handle the part of you getting your, what are they calling it? Your data, because you need to use data when you're working on a research project. So yes, you can work on a research project. It's vast. They have the free version and the paid version, but the free version is for everybody. And good enough is also available for the mobile. So you can actually go to your WhatsApp and still have access to it. So in the absence, so how can I save the presentation? The thing is, as long as you logged in, you created an account with them, anytime you log into your account, by the left-hand side, you will see your chat history. And in all your chat histories with ChatGPT is recorded, is saved there, it's not running away. Anytime you need it, come and copy it and paste it in your actual document and start editing it. That's it for you. So without wasting much of our time, in the absence of any other question, Chidima, thank you so much for doing a great job, doing justice to ChatGPT and AI. Without wasting much of our time, I think it's time for us to invite the next speaker, because time is not on our side. We have the next speaker, Mr. Kosi Sochukwumodo, to handle presentation. Presentation is very, very important. So presentation, after doing research, presentation becomes the main thing. Okay, it's not the same format with the one on your screen. Okay. All right, like she said, she actually.
Sorry, Samara. For that particular one, I added another form of AI that will aid me. So it's not going to obviously be the same thing. So once you open it, you are seeing it is a different format. So I added another form of AI. That's why it's different from mine. Thank you.
So it's still the same thing, you get the same result. So, but the thing is that we can ask for the same question, but we'll get different results. That's the simple thing about it. So it depends on how you ask your own and how I ask my own. That is what determines the kind of results we are going to get. So without wasting up much of our time, I'm going to invite Mr. Kosovo to have the floor. Please make him the host so that he can be able to share his screen and take over this training from now. Thank you very much.
All right, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Chidima, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes.
Okay. All right, thank you. So good evening, everybody. Actually, I'll be using two devices. I'll be using one to share the screen. So on this device. All right. So I believe we can see the screen currently.
Yes, we can.
All right. So without wasting much of our time, I know that this class is meant to end by 6:30, but I plead with my August. I think there will be a little extension to our timing. So use of PowerPoint in and for the effective teaching. Yeah, we have actually learned how to make use of Excel, that to create our result sheets. We have learned how to use the AI, that's the ChatGPT, to do what? To make some research works. Now, how do we present these our works after the calculations and after the research works? And that takes me to
Mr. Kosi, can you hear us? Can you hear me? Mr. Kosi, can you hear me? Mr. Kosi, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, okay.
I actually have, if you notice, I've been speaking, so I thought my audio is actually on. I didn't know you didn't give me access to that. All right, please, let me start once again. So we're looking at the use of PowerPoint in the classroom, then a little tips on how to have effective teaching in the classroom. Then we are going to go through these sections, introduction to PowerPoint. We'll also explore the interface, then tips on how to have effective presentations and teaching, then questions and answer. So let's go through this. Now, because of time, I will not ask to get feedback from us what PowerPoint is all about, but I believe most of us know what this is. But I'm going to give you some little tips. Probably we don't know this or we know it, but together we are going to learn this. Now, what is PowerPoint? In a layman's understanding, PowerPoint simply means what? A presentation what? Application, a presentation app. The Microsoft is actually a company that produces these PowerPoints. Likewise, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, that we learned, that's actually our first class today. Access, Outlook, and all whatnot. So PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint is for what? For presentation. Now, let me just give you a definition. Microsoft PowerPoint is a wide use software application for what? Creating, delivering what? Presentation. And it houses so many softwares, which includes the what? The graphic media, which is what? Our text, that's the graphic components, text, image, graphs, charts, audio, video, and animations. So we are going to go through this one after the other for this class. I'm sorry, I'll be fast because we need to buy time for the main thing we have today. Now, we're going to go in to explore our interface, and that is where we'll be able to do some of all these things that we have been talking about. All right, so let's go to, I want to create a new, so we'll be using this PowerPoint, the same interface we are on currently, but I'll create a new document. So to do that, you can, if you have your system, I believe we all know what this is. If you don't have a Microsoft PowerPoint, you can search for it on your desktop and you get that. You can open it regardless of the office that you are using, be it 13, 17, whatever, it will still be almost the same interface. Rather, there will be some little changes in it. All right, so click Control N, that's Control N, and we'll have a new interface. I don't know if you are seeing the new interface I have. Can we see the new interface?
No, not yet.
Okay, all right, so yeah, I believe you can see it now. Can we see it?
Yes, we can.
All right, so now this is a new interface. So we're going to go into this interface and see their names and know their uses also, but I'll be fast with that so that we'll start our presentation to create a new presentation afresh. Now, the first at the top is what we call the quick access bar. Its function is just to create tools that you use frequently. For instance, if I want to present my slide now, I can just click on this icon that I'm hovering on, that's on top. You see, it starts from the beginning. And that shortcut for it is our F5 key, the function key 5. That's another shortcut for it. Now, if I want to add, maybe for instance, I want to open a new slide or print my slide, I can just come and check this for printing. So when I want to print, I don't need to press Ctrl P or to do anything. I'll just come and click on this icon up there and it will preview for me. So that is it. That's it for our custom quick access bar. Then we also have in the middle, we see our what we call the presentation title. That is where once you name your document, the name comes up there. Now we also have our menu bars or menu tabs, our tags bars. So that's we have our file, the file houses the backstage key. These backstage keys has so many functions, both to create new, to open an already existing document, to save afresh, to export as PDF, depending on the document you have the print, the share, the export, and all of not. Now, let me just put us through for this. If you want to password your work, be it Microsoft Word, be it whatever Microsoft app you are using, can click on the protect, and from there you see what encrypt what with password. From there you can password your work so that nobody can just open it. But let's not dive into that now. Now the next is our home tab. Each tab has what we call the ribbons. These ribbons are functions that makes the functionality of our presentation or the typing or whatever you are doing. So we have the clipboard, we have the slides, you have the fonts. These are the sections, the paragraph, the drawing, and the dicting. If you go to the inserts, the same thing, we have that for slides, tables, images. So, and it continues that way. All right, in our home, let me delete this so that you understand. Now, this is called our text box. We cannot write on this Canva, that's on the white background. You only write inside a text box. We only write inside our text box. So that is one thing to note. So in presenting, we need what? The text box. So how do we get this text box? We can see it up here, and you can also get it from our what insert. So I'll click on the text box, I will drop it, and I'll do what? I will type. What we saw initially is what we call a preview from the templates, from the default templates. We'll still see what a template is and still go through it and see how it makes our designs beautiful and nice. All right, I'm actually doing Ctrl Z to bring it back. Now, this is where we change the font type. So I will just write. Now, if I want to change the font type and all whatnot, this is where I do it to increase the fonts, increase, decrease, to do whatever. This is where we'll do that. Alignment, we'll watch the alignment, the bullet points from the above. This is where we'll do all this. Now, if you want to bring in arranging, you can also bring forward or bring back. We also do that to group images and text. We are going to see how these things function. Then for the dicting to find and replace, I wouldn't want to go into that now. All right, now for our insert, this I think for me, the insert actually houses major tools that we need in presenting. Now, the first thing is this. When I want to create a new slide, what do I need? I click on what? New slide. If I want a blank document, if I want a two content slide, if I want a title slide, Please, are we together? I don't know if you can hear me. Am I too fast? Should I slow down? I need to hear from us. Hello.
We can hear you.
All right, so I can continue.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hi.
All right. So now the first thing we have is the new slide. So I've shown us how we can add a new slide. There are other ways you can add that. You can just come down there and click your enter key and new slides will create. Now the next is what? Table. To insert a table into your slide, you can do it from here. The next is picture. To bring in pictures, you can insert pictures by clicking on pictures. Click on the picture, a new window will come out. Then from there, you'll be able to choose any image you like. If you want it to be if you want to get an online image, you can also click on what? Online pictures, and it will pop out and ask you, do you want to go online? So I will click on the Bing search. So if I search anything now, I will search for Nigerian code. Okay, let me just search something related to what we're doing. So book, I'll click enter, and it will search. Okay, I think my network is not, it's somehow slow, but it's actually loading. So this is actually how you search. Once you search, you'll be provided with different images. From there, you can easily pick the image you want and continue. So you can see different images of Apple, but I think this is not what I searched for. So search for book, and it will give you different images in line with what you need. From there, you can just click on it and it comes in. And that is how you can search from the online. So I'll click on this and I will insert. It is actually downloading. So once it's done downloading, it will be displayed on my Canva. All right, so while we are waiting for that, the next on what we have, so we have seen the picture. So this is how we bring in images. Now, there is something I would want to bring to our notice. Now, when I'm holding a particular, if I'm holding a text box or I'm holding an image, you notice there is a new tab that comes up. That is contextual tab. This actually depends on the content you are holding. If I'm holding a text box, I will see a form. That's the format comes up. If I'm bringing let me bring in table now. So I'm holding a table. We can see the design, we can see layout. So I just want to lay emphasis on this. So these are called contextual tabs. So they are not always there, but they actually come out when need be. That's when you are holding a content that requires its view and its formats. So I will undo this. We are just going through the interface. Now, this is our image. I want to take us through on everything that concerns this image so that we won't come back to it again. So when you have an image, we can go to our font to format. That's the format of our image. We can remove the image background. We can change the color of the image. We can correct it. We can make it brighter. We can make it darker, depending. We can remove the background also. We can run some artistic effects on it. You can see. So let me just click on this. You'll see what's. So these are just. So you can compress the image. You can change the image. If I click on change image, it automatically changes my image. So that is it. You can reset the image. It goes back to its original form. So these are also image styles. You can change it and do all you want from it. All right. So I'll continue. These are other, you can, when you look at this, you see, I think we looked at the bring forward and the send backwards. So let's just look at it now so that we won't do it again. So to bring forward simply means, so I'm actually holding the book. So I'll go and send the book, bring the book forward. It comes to the front. If I keep sending it, it will keep coming until it covers the table. So that's how it is being done, bringing it backwards and what forward. This is actually the idea. So I'll go back to my insert so we continue. Now the next is what we have, what the screenshot. So this actually when you want to take a screenshot of a particular image or whatever, once you click on this, it will, once I click on the screen clipping, it will actually ask me to take a shot of where I want to. So I will draw there, and this is it. So this is the image. I can use this for my next slide. So this is how we run the image clamping. So the next is our what? Our photo album. This is where you run different images. So I don't want to go there, but once you click, you see new photo album, and it will generate a photo album for you. All right. So now this is another one, the shapes. So the shape is very, very important in this place because you'll be needing it for that's for creating content, just like what we saw when in my own slide. You make use of shapes. If I get a circle, I can draw my circle. Want to get a perfect circle, hold your control shift and draw, you get a perfect circle. So let me do that again. So you see this is a perfect circle, but both radius, the height and the width are the same. So this is what we call a perfect circle. All right, so this is actually how we do this. I'm holding this shape contents, and I can click on my format. You see we have different functions we can run on this. We can type inside this circle, so, and also give it some formats. Here we have shape format. This shape actually, this shape has to do with what? Our shape itself. There are so many functions you can run, so many functions on it basically. So at your own leisure time, you can go through it and learn more. So we can also run some text field functions on it. That's under here. So whatever thing we are going to format here will be affecting only the texts inside and not what? The objects in itself. That's the circle. So I can highlight the circle and choose any of these, and that is it. All right. So the next is our what? So we'll be looking at what? Our smart act. So what is the function of this smart act? For instance, when you want to lay emphasis, okay, maybe you want to talk about in the classroom and you want to make a presentation about on biology, that's let's say evaporation, that's the cycles of evaporation, how evaporation takes place, or how photosynthesis or nitrogen and stuff like that. Now, when I click on what? The smart act. The smart act houses so many stuffs. It comprises of listing when I want to run some list function, when I want to run some process, which is what I looked into, the circle, the hierarchy, the relationship, the matrix, the pyramid, the pictures, and all whatnot. Now let's use the circle that we talked about, and I want to use this, and I'll say okay. Now this comes in, this is the smart act. Now when I click on this text, you see a pop-out, a side pop-out comes out. So I'll be able to edit from there. So when I edit, and I will type rain. Okay, let me just type nitrogen. That's for nitrogen cycle. So you can see the effects taking its place immediately. So when you look at the center, you see the nitrogen boldly written. Now the next one you can type in anything you want to write there. I don't know the nitrogen cycle, but I'll just type in so that we'll just continue. So this is just like a dummy test, not basically that this is the nitrogen cycle. All right. So this is actually, let me delete this cycle so that we'll have a good view. Now I can edit from here. You see where my cursor is blinking, I can just edit from there. I don't basically need to go anywhere. That's to go by the side pop out. So clicking at this, you can see now we have created, you can use this to create your nitrogen cycle. Now let's go to our contextual tab. Now this is our design. When you click on this design, you can see different design. So you can see different templates that we can use. You see it changes and it makes it more beautiful and more interactive in the class. Now, one of the beautiful things about presentation and making a good presentation is to have what draws the attention of your students. That is one thing. I think we're going to cover this when we're going to look into the tips on presentations. So let's just continue. Let me not digress now. All right, so this is it. You can actually run so many effects from it. The 3D, these are the best match for it. So the computer is actually giving you an idea on what you can use for the presentation. All right, so under this layout, you can see other different layouts. If I choose this, you see it also makes sense, but I think it's not the best for this. And I think we'll stick to what we have initially. All right, so the next on our insert is what? The chart. So the chart, I remember when the first, that's our admin, Miss Samara, she actually taught us how to make a good presentation of our result, that's a good tabulation of our results. Now, what if you want to, after these results are done, and you want to have a chart of it? How do you do this? You can actually do it from here. That is to call in your Excel sheet into your what? Into your presentation view. Now, let's look at this and see how it works. I will try to be fast with this so that I will not waste time trying to create. So I'll click on this, I'll create, I'll say, okay. You see, automatically there is an Excel view. I'm actually hovering it. This is the Excel sheet. This is an Excel extension. So this is an extension of what? Of the Excel sheet. I think I'll produce something with this, but not now. If time permits, I'll use that to show us how we can actually make some interactive sections for our classes. So I'll just close this, but this is actually how you can do this. All right, let me just do some editing so that we can see what we have here. So for instance, this is the category 1. You can edit directly from the Excel sheet and its effects will take place in your presentation slide. So I think I'm actually mixing things up here. You can't see this properly, so let me create a slide for this. Let me create a new slide for this. So I'm bringing my chart so that we'll be able to see what I'm talking about. So I'll just create this. All right, so now we have the extension, this Excel extension. I'll close this and continue. All right, now if I make any correction here, so I'll erase this and say, I'll say Ada, that's a student's name. Then up here on the series, the serials, I can change it to English. So you can continue changing that way. So once I'm done, you should notice what is happening there. You see, you can see Ada here. That's because I'm actually editing directly from my Excel sheet, and with time it takes its effect in my work presentation sheet. So this is how you can actually collaborate with the Excel sheet where you are actually producing your results and the sheet where you are going to make a presentation on. For instance, maybe you're making some analytical view of probably those that passed and those that failed, or be it any analysis. You can actually do it directly from your Excel sheet to your presentation sheet. All right, so let's run. Let's hit the ground and keep running. All right, the next, we have the other stuff, but I wouldn't want to go there. Then the hyperlink, we'll still talk about the hyperlink. It actually has a lot. It has a lot. It is very it's actually very good in creating a more interactive slide. That's a slide that is actually very interactive. Now we have comments, we have text box, we have talked about it. We have the header, we have the word art, we have the date and time. With this, you can add date and time. You have the slide number. Note, it is actually one of the good ways to form our slides, to create a slide number. Create slide numbers so that when your students, even if they don't actually know what they're talking about at a particular point. When they want to ask a question, they can refer back to, okay, Auntie, when you were actually teaching so that number 2 slide, there was an issue. I need some clarification on this. So with that, you'll be able to. So tip number 1, it's also good. It's always good to use your words, the slide number. So we have the object, we have the equations. So when you click on the equation, you see different equations you can use as a teacher, be it binomial theorems, expansion of the sums. There are other equations you can, when you click on the link equation, you can actually go online and get, we can see the Pythagorean theory and the or whatnot. So from here, you can actually get equations and use it for your teaching, for your mathematical classes and stuff like that. Now, good. So the next we are going to look into is what? The video. How do we insert video? When you click on the video icon, you can see what? Online video. When you click on the online video, it takes us, it pops out this explorer. From here, we can actually navigate to our online and choose whatever document we want. So I don't actually, I wouldn't want to go to that extent now. So, but just know when you click on it, I think the network is actually not so strong on my end. Anyway, let's just continue. So I will cancel that, but this is how you can go online to get your online video. From there, you can actually embed video links so that while teaching, you can actually click on the link and it takes you directly to an online class or online view or whatever. So just note that that guy is there. That's the 2 online video is there. So you can record your audio. Sorry, you can actually get your video from your from your PC. When you click on that, the extension pops out. From there, you can go and click on any of the videos that you save where you know you saved it. All right, so I'll close this. Let's keep running. On our audio, the same thing is applicable to our audio. When you click on audio on my PC, you can go and get a music, maybe a music that will play on your background. And I think I don't know if there'll be time. There'll be no time for that now, but there are so many functions on this also, but I don't think we'll be needing it basically as teachers. So, but if need be, we can actually put you through on that if you actually contact us one-on-one. All right, so we continue. So let's go to the next, the design. Sorry, the screen recording. You can use the screen recording to record your screen while you are presenting. That's probably when you want to rehearse. So we're going to see that on our slide view, on our slideshow. So you see how you can rehearse your slide after producing your slide. You can actually make some little works on it. Probably as you are rehearsing, you can be recording your screen so that after which you can send it online directly. All right, so let's go to the next tab. That's our design. So on the design, we have different templates. That's the things, the varieties of these templates and what the slide sizes. So currently we are actually working on what? On the wide screen. So the wide screen is actually a current view. The older versions of these softwares has the standard, that's the 4:3. But currently we are running on the 16:9. And this is actually a wider screen because most of the screens that we are producing these days are actually wider screen. So let's, you can customize and place the size you want it. If you want your design, your presentation to actually be in a portrait form, it is possible using the custom slide size. All right, so that's it basically for this, our design. Okay, let me just make some stuff so we'll see. All right, so let's click on this and see what it does. Automatically, it formats our design. So I'll press the F key and let's see what we have. See, presentation. So without doing anything, basically, we can see how beautiful it is looking. The slide that have been made for us by that team. So, and that is it. And I think we understand this part. Please, I hope I'm making sense. I hope we are together. I hope we are together on this. Can I get some reactions?
Yes.
We are together.
Yes.
Thank you. I don't know who I'm hearing, his or her voice. Her voice, rather. All right, so let me just continue because there is no time. I won't wait for reaction. So the next is our what? Our transitions. So the transition is actually, it has to do with the way and the form or pattern at which our slides takes it moves. So if we are moving from slide 1 to slide 2 or slide 3, how are they going to do what? To change. Now let's just run some slide effects on this. I'll put the wipe, then on the second slide, I'll put the splits. On the third one, I'll click on this. So I'll also press my F5 key and let's see what we have. So see, now transition has to do with what? The way at which these guys are what? Entering and doing what? Going. The slides are not the content now. You see how it is actually entering, and that is what? Our transitions. So we have different transitions and we have different effects. We have how to, we can also add sounds to it. I don't know if you can hear the sound. So you can actually add the sound from here now that I'm hovering on. So you can also have durations, you can work on the duration, apply on it and or whatnot. Currently we are on what? On mouse click. So our transitions will be working on mouse click. If I want it otherwise, I'll click on what? After and give it the timing. If my slide will be moving after 2 or 3 minutes or after 1 minute, I can set it from there. But note this, a good presentation for a classroom doesn't require timing. I repeat, a good presentation for any classroom doesn't require what? Timing. Reasons. As you are teaching your students in the classroom, your students at the point can stop you and say, I need clarification on this or on that. And with that, if you have actually set some timing on it, it will make sense because your slides will keep what? Going. So that's why it is not advisable to run the timing on your what? On your slides. All right, so I'll uncheck this and we continue. So the next is what? Animation. Now, animation actually means the way at which contents inside the slide move. The interactions of what? Contents while your slides are going on. You notice while I was presenting on the other slide, the definition of Microsoft wasn't there when I started asking the question, what's Microsoft? But at a point, I clicked again and the definition I placed there popped out. That is animation. That is animation. The movement of what? Object. The movement of what? It can be a text. It can be what? Any shape or text that you placed in your what? Your design. Or that's in your Canva sheets. All right, so now I'll hold, you will notice that our animation panel is actually faint because I'm not holding any content. You see, that's to prove me correct that before you can run any animation, you need to hold what? A content. That's it can be a shape, it can be a text. So let's go into the first slide and I'll click on what? The presentation. So let's give it to fly in. So this is how it's going to view. I'll click on my F5 and let's see. You see, it comes out on a blank view without showing me the presentation. So when I click and tap, the presentation comes in. So this is animation. Now there are so many stuff, so I'll stop here. I'll end my show. So this is it. Now there are so many stuffs also as regard the but I wouldn't to show you because it's actually nice, but I think I'll just show you what I created with it so that you actually see. All right, so the next is our slide view. So from here, we can start our slide view. That's when you click on it, if you don't want to press your F key, you can click on that and it can, that our slide will show from the beginning. Now, if I want to end my slide, can right click and click on what? End show. So I'll click on what? On my end show now. All right. Okay, so the next is to start your slide from a current slide. So for instance, if I'm in slide 4 and I want this slide to start from there, I can click on this. Or if I don't want to click on this, there is a shortcut for it. As we can see up there is what? Shift F5, and the slide will start from that end. All right, so let's end this and also continue. So we can customize our slide. So now this is also important as teachers. You can customize your slide if need be. Most times there are some slides that we actually need to link to another slide. Probably it is not yet time for that slide to preview itself. Now, how do we do this? Now, when you click on the word to customize, to custom shows, click on new, and you will see different slides. You see slide 1. So after slide 1 has gone, I'll click on add. Let slide 5 show itself. That is, if I want. So after each slide, after teaching first slide, I'll ask for a question. I'll say question. So if that is what I want, I can do that. Then after that, the next will be my slide 2. And when I say, okay, this is how it's going to do what? To go. When I say, when I click on what show, you see this is how it's go. This is my 5th slide. And now it takes me back to my 2nd slide and we keep going. So this is how we can do what? Custom our slideshow. It is also important. Now we can set up our slideshow in any way we want. You can hide a particular slide so that nobody sees it at a particular point. You can record our slide. So this actually, you can rehearse our timing. So when I click on this, it will start. You can see up there the recording. There is a timer going up there, shows, okay, as I'm going, it will be actually timing me how I'm taking the presentation and the time necessary for it. All right. And at the end of it, this is what they will tell me. Okay, the total time for your slideshow is what? 15 seconds. Do you want to save the time, slide timing? If I want to do that, I will do it. Now, this is actually important when you actually making a presentation that you are being given a particular time. Probably you are to do this in 15 minutes or in 10 minutes. This is it. This is where you can actually, after setting your presentations, after getting the content using your AI and all whatnot, now you can make the presentation. As you are presenting it, you can rehearse and know the time it will take you, what to say, how to say, and when to say, so that you will not actually take or choke yourself with your time. All right, so I think at this point, let's go through others. So this is our review. If you're familiar with Microsoft Word, you can also, this is the same thing, the spelling check and the smart. The next is our view. So the view is where we have different views. Now, this view is actually how our slides are being previewed. Now, it's actually on normal. We can have the outline view. We can have the slide sorter. We can have notes and all whatnot. So let's just leave this and continue. All right. So at this point, I will go and show us what let's just go in and actually look at the tips on how to make our class presentation. So let me take us back to our previous slide. Okay. All right. I hope we are here. So let's just continue. I'll press my Shift F5 and we'll continue. So I'm actually being asked to rush it. So I will not be going through everything. I'll just be explaining it as fast as I can. So now the first tips in our classrooms or in teaching. Now, the first is what? Simplicity. Make your slide as simple as possible. Make it so simple, so simple. It is true that PowerPoint has it has the ability to change the fonts, to change colors, bring animation and transition and all that stuff. It doesn't make sense to keep your slide or to make it like a jamboline or any stuff like that, to keep it will just be dangling and no, this is teaching. You don't need to actually drive the attention off the main issue. So when it is necessary to pay to give to do what we call to make use of this animation and transitions, you can simply use use it to lay emphasis. Rather, I think we'll still look into that. So make your slide as simple as possible. Simplicity is the key in slideshows. Now, the second, by the right there, is make your text as possible. Make it the aesthetics. So the aesthetics of your design of your work is so important. What does this aesthetics means? When someone looks at your work, does he feel like, okay, yeah, this, I should look at this because it makes sense. It's actually balancing, or it has something that calls my attention. So we should work on our aesthetics. That's also very, very important. Now, the next one is make your slide readable. Now, when you look at my slide, you can see tips for teachers. It is readable. Now, because this is not so important, it is in in this size, because it is not where the emphasis or the header of the slide. So that is make your slide readable. The keywords should be boldened where necessary. Where necessary to give background, you give it background. Now the next one is beyond words. When you are making your presentation, don't just fill it with paragraphs, like because it is a classroom, you just go and get the notebook that students are supposed to write in the class, and you just jam pack it in your slide. No, it doesn't make sense. It will still call them, it won't entice them to that class. Rather, make it readable. Make it readable. You can just bring in headers that will enable you as a teacher to do to explain. So that's the whole idea of of teaching. Now, the next is keep it concise. It's almost saying the same thing with our make it readable. So making it concise, know when to talk, know when to read, what not to read. So if it's actually important that a paragraph should brought in your slide, you make it concise. You don't have to bring in the whole inside it. No, make it concise. So now the next thing is transition. I have laid a good emphasis on this. Our transitions should be that's the moving of our slides. We should make it more interactive rather than drawing or confusing your students. That's just the bottom line for it. Let it be more calling, more appealing to the eye, and for the students to draw their attentions. That is it. Rather than doing confusing them or even making them feel like you are playing in your classroom. All right. So the next is emphasizing on important information, the emphasis. Now, I just did something now. In your classroom, and maybe you are talking and students are playing or stuff like that, and you are presenting, you can just press the B button. So the B button actually makes it blanks or makes your view blank. I don't know if you can see it, but on my screen, it is blank currently. So that shows that you use that to call the attention of your students. You can try it maybe later when you are working on this software. Once you press the B button, student will be like, oh, you don't off, but rather it is not actually off. But you as a teacher use it to do what? To call their attention. So teachers can use these tricks to do what? To call the attention of your students, for them to be to be focused in your class. All right. Another thing is you can use the W button. So when you press the W button, it gives you a wide screen. I think you can see this now. So the wide screen, you can actually write on it. So when you go down, you can see our pen. You can use the pen and write when need be. So that's it. Maybe there is something that you don't have on your slide, but you want to bring it in. You can just use that and do what? And write on it. Be kind. So you can just write on that. I'm not actually using my laser pen, so that's why it's actually funny. So, but this is actually what you can use. So for you to do this trick, you press on the W button and it gives you a whiteboard. It's called a whiteboard. With this whiteboard, you can write directly while presenting. When you are done, you can just press your what W key once again, and it takes you back to your slide where you stopped currently, and you continue your slide. You keep flowing. All right. So the next is what? Our presentation. So what are we talking about this presentation? So following all the previous tips that we have looked into, it is actually right that you make a good and quality what presentation. It's not just to make researches to present. It's also important that you as a teacher, you know what you are going to teach the students. You look into it properly so that as you are teaching, if there are questions that need a digression, you should be able to. The whole bottom line of this is do what? Prepare yourself. Be prepared for your what? For your presentation. So the next is what? Clarify doubts. So clarifying these doubts means when there is a question, don't try to go off that, make clarify your students. And another point in this clarification is, for instance, you can see what I'm using now. I'm using a pointer. I don't know if you can see it on my screen. There is another one we can use. You can see the lesser pointers. So this actually, you can use this as you're teaching in the classroom. You can use this. So as I'm working on what? Clarifying doubts, you see, I'm actually hovering on that. I don't know if you can see it on your screen. So with this, you can actually, as you are reading, sometimes it can be unclear which part of the slide the teacher is talking about. So as I'm reading, I'm actually following this. And with this, my students will know where I am at a particular point in time. This is the idea in your teaching. You don't need your students' mind to be elsewhere. Probably they'll now be watching the lens, that's the eyeglass there. Oh, they'll just be helping themselves in viewing the images. Although the image is there to draw their attention, that's nice, that's beautiful, but also draw their attention to the needful using what? The lesser pointer. So the next is what? Planning. Planning. So planning is also very, very important. Plan your slide, know how you want to make your slide. Sometimes this planning is so difficult, but trust me, with the AI we taught you this evening, you can do exploits in planning. So at this point, I say a very big thank you for listening to me. So if you have any question this time, you can bring in your questions and we can go through it. I don't know if there is still time, if time permits, I will show us some little tricks we can use to draw attention using transition animations. I don't know, am I permitted to do that?
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
So
Mr. Mara.
much. Like, let's show
So am
him
I
some
permitted to do
love.
that, or should I
Please
just...
use. What do you want to do? Sorry.
I was actually saying, am I permitted, or after the question, so that I'll just show some little stuff we can use to draw students' attention while presenting? That's what I mean.
Okay, well, you have 5 minutes because we already passed the schedule so that people can go about their evening activities.
Okay. All right, let me check on this. All right, so I don't think all right, so now what I actually want to show is just how we can use animations to even navigate in our slides, not using our keyboard that's to keep clicking. Now, for instance, this a website, a kind of, so let me go to the homepage of this website, and this is actually created on PowerPoint. So I'll click on F5 and let's preview. Now, I'm not actually, when I want to go to the next slide, I'll just go to what? About. You see my about. So you can see the hyperlink icon showing there. When you click on this, it takes me to my about. When I want to go back to the home, I can click on what? On home. So this is another trick you can use in your what? In your presentation. So there is another one you can actually use when you go Hello, can you hear me?
Thank you
Miss
very
Chidima.
much. Thank you very much. You did
We
an
can hear
amazing
you.
job. Thank you very much. I can hear
Yeah.
you. Oh, wow. Thank you, baby. Yes. So please, if you have any questions, you can drop for Mr. Kosi so that we read it out and we attend to it, because the time is fast spent. So we can go about our evening activities. So if you have your questions, you can drop your questions in the chat box. Any question? Please, how did you get the pointer on the process of teaching? That is one question. We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
I believe you can hear me now. Now, how do we get this pointer?
Yes.
There are different pointers. One we have, yeah. If you are watching my screen, under it, you see, I'll right click on the icon. That's under it, you see my pointer. Just tap on it, enter key, that's our left click. You see the lesser pointer, that's the first one. So the lesser pointer is actually used to make a pointer to draw the attention of your student as you are reading, you are going through it. That's that for the lesser pointer. Then for the pen, you use the pen to write. When you use that trick, the W, to bring a whiteboard while presenting, you can use that to write. You can change the color of this lesser pointer, the color of your pen. Then the highlighter is used to do what? To highlight a particular section of your text while presenting. So you can also, you have the erasers there. You have the eraser to erase all the links on your slide, but basically, this is where you get your what? Your pointers. Be it the lesser pointer, the pen pointer, the highlighter, whatever you want to get, you can use it while presenting. Thank you. I hope I answered your question.
All right. Yeah, you did well. You did well. Abubakar, don't worry. You are going to get a link to the video. As long as you're in the platform, you are going to get a link to rewatch the videos. For those of you that joined late, there's always opportunity, but you can either jump on this bus or you wait for the next bus. So those that were able to come in on early enough for this training, I believe you will be able to catch up with what you did the first time, the using of Excel to do the recording, keeping records, preparing results, also to use ChatGPT for your AI research to help you to get insight on how to go about your teachings, get ideas on how to go about some difficult topics that are difficult to explain. To help you to have ideas on how to make it easier to be understood by your students. And also currently how to do presentation. Imagine that you are preparing for photosynthesis class, and then you prepare it on your slide. You have different images of a higher animal, a smaller animal, the ones in the water. You see all of them. Just put through your projector. You leave it there projected on the screen, and then you go your way. And when they come to the class, the first person comes and sees what's on the board, the projection of an image on the board, and sits down, continues to look at it. The next person comes to class and they continue to look at it. Even before you start the teaching, your brain is already processing. And I promise you at the end of that class, all of them are going to understand what you are trying to teach them, because there is a picture in their memory, and that picture will forever help them to understand and remember that class, because there are a lot of things that makes learning easy. These days, schools are migrating, are moving from using of chalkboards to whiteboards, from whiteboards to smart boards, from smart boards to projection of classes through presentation. COVID-19 has also taught us that we need to go virtual. So imagine that the school you're teaching today decides to go virtual. Do you think you'll still be a relevant teacher in that school if you don't know how to use PowerPoint presentation? Even if you don't even know how to do the presentation, even if you don't know how to use computer, you see that we have to make ourselves relevant, because technology is making everything to move fast. You need to get yourself ready. This is just the tip of the iceberg. There's still more to all these things. I know it's going to take time. It doesn't work like, it's not a rock science. You have to take your time to understand these things. And for some of you that are interested in going further to understand this program, you can also reach out to us through the WhatsApp group. We'll help you to get registered. We also do training for schools to help their teachers to get become tech service, to help people to upgrade so that technology does not affect your job. So we want people to be up to date to what is happening in the society, because these children are fast. And if they are fast, we actually have to also grow so that we're able to handle them. If you're not growing at the pace they are also growing, you will run out of options to explain things, especially when they get to know those things before you get to know about it. So that is one of the things we are trying to help you people to get to upgrade yourselves a little more. So learning never ends. There's always another time. So without much talk, I want to hand over to my director, Father Peter. I don't know if you're still on this one. Okay, yes. So please, I'll hand over to my director, Reverend Father Peter Amaya Abala, the director, Verbum Networks Limited, Enugu. Please, a round of applause for him. He's the one that made this training to happen. Please use your favorite emoji. Welcome him. Show him some love. Show him appreciation. He's the Oga. He's the boss of the boss. The one who makes things happen in Verbum Networks. He's the one that says, "Oh yeah, go, we go." He says, "Stop, we stop." The controller, Verbum Networks Limited, Enugu. So please, Father Peter, over to you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for all the presenters, beginning with Amara, and as well as to well done for the great work. And I want to also thank all the participants for finding time to learn. But it just like I was just like wondering, a lot of people sign up for this program, but I just realized that just 2 persons are participating. And this has a lot to tell about the way we take learning, especially in fact, those people that signed up, majority of them are teachers. If teachers don't have interest in learning, I wonder what they are teaching the students. I just wonder what they are teaching the students. At least as teachers, one of the key things they should be inquisitive in learning, in knowing, in order for them to impart knowledge to people and to students. I don't know, this era, a lot of people, I don't know, it seems they are not interested in learning. And the same people, you see them talking about they want their salary to be increased, and they want to, they are teachers, so they want their salary to be increased, but they don't have anything to offer. So I say congratulations to you all, for those of you that decide to participate in this program. It's obvious that you have learned a lot. So, and I want to say thank you for that, because some of this kind of opportunity comes from they don't come easily. If you have it, utilize it, make good use of it. So having said that, I also want to use this video to extend an invitation to you all, because the last time we had a training for school heads, school principals, owners of school administrators. We had a training on how to build their school, give them different tips. But some of them suggested that we should also have some kind of training for teachers, so that teachers could also benefit. I think theirs was this training, but we are having upcoming program by the end of this month. That is 28th of this month to 30th. So that is 3 days. The training is coming up, 3 days for teachers. And it's going to be an insightful one. I want to encourage you. Don't miss it. Because these days, one of the things you should be interested to know is knowledge. How to learn new things, update yourself, scale up. If you are not ready to scale up, a lot of opportunities will pass you by. That is, if you think maybe you are working in that school, well, you are not scaling up year in, year out, nothing. People will leave you. They will just pass you. Opportunities will pass you by. And there are two things about scaling up. Most times, there are some teachers, but they don't want to scale up themselves. They want the school authority to scale them up. And because of that, some of them, they are stagnant. They'll be grumbling. The school was supposed to train me. And the school, on the other part, they are not willing to train you. Because some schools, they also have this kind of myopic view. Some heads of school, they have this myopic view. If we train our teachers, they will leave. And I'm telling you, if you are head of school and you're in this program, train your teachers. Train your teachers, they'll be able to give you the best. They'll be able to add value to what you are doing, to what they are doing, and it will improve the standard of the school. That is on one hand. Now to teachers, if your school head, the principal, they are not ready to scale you up, scale yourself up. If you don't want to scale yourself up, you will just be stagnant. You'll be stuck in one place. You're not adding anything, no knowledge, no new knowledge. You are just there year in, year out. And at the end of the day, there are kind of opportunities that will come your way. You will not be able to achieve them or you will not be able to take it. Why? Because you lack technical know-how, the knowledge, but the skills to pick up that job. So always prepare yourself, always get ready. And one way of doing that is by attending training. Seek ways to improve yourself. Just look at what we just did for you. Just study. Free your time. Because I know that many of us, many of you, when you hear free things that you want to eat, but when it comes to money, you are pulling back. But I'm telling you, very important. Try to learn. So, personally, I like money. There are people who know that about spend money developing myself, my skills, and every other. So, let me say, one was that. April, April this year, I went to Lagos for a training from business, and the theme of the training was winning only option. 2 days training, and I paid 150,000 naira for 2 days in Lagos. So, but it becomes to how will I spend that kind of money? If you don't want to spend that kind of money, you just remain in that your archaic way of doing things. You will not improve. So, program is coming up end of the month, as I said. So, and it's on capacity building, understanding modern teaching techniques and profession as teacher. What is this all about? So, and in this training, about 6 different experts will be coming to speak to us from different dimensions, different areas of how to scale up as teachers, how to manage your classroom management and control. You're going to learn modern teaching techniques and methodologies. You're going to know more about the 21st century skills of teachers, how to apply emotional intelligence in relating with your students and as well as parents. You're also going to learn more about technology, use of technology in teaching and learning process. And finally, you'll be able to improve the mindset. About the good mindset. those people that attended the first training, they requested for it. And again, we said to let us reach out to a lot of people that they think they want to scale up. And the price for the training by the fee is very minimal because we are not after money. We are here to give value to teachers, to what you are doing, to give value. And these people that are coming to speak, they are all educational experts and tech experts coming from different areas, and they'll be speaking that it's 5,000 naira. This to show that it's not about money, it's about the knowledge. And at the end of the training, certificate will be given to all the participants. So I just want to use this media to encourage, come and learn. If you're still saying, oh, they don't have money to pay for you, don't wait for them, scale up yourself. Look for money and learn. And at the end of the day, the knowledge is yours. So tomorrow, when you leave that school and go to a higher school, it's because of the knowledge you have acquired. That is why the other school will prepare you to any other teachers. So, but if you say, oh, you want to remain in what you are doing, you are comfortable, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, people will leave you, pass you back, well, training themselves, you are still lacking behind. So this training, as I said once again, is for teachers, it's for you, designed for you to help you scale up what you are doing. Because a lot of us, we are teachers, we look as if nothing is moving. And teaching is a good profession. So in case you don't know, I'm also a teacher, but I also pass through a training school. I have my NC. I know what it takes to be a teacher, and I know what it takes to be in a classroom. So I want to encourage us to try as much as possible to avail yourself this opportunity. So certainly we'll be sending the advert, the link for registration in the WhatsApp group. So for those of you that are interested, keep in, sign up, then encourage your friends that are teachers to also participate, because you have a lot to learn. And also there's also a program, there's also a training that we are carrying out this period of starting by next week, 14th. Think.
Excuse me, Father, your audio seems to your audio is not clear. Your audio is not clear.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Is it better? Is it better?
Yeah, it's better.
Hello?
Better a bit.
Okay, sorry. So I said that the training, this teacher training will be coming up end of the month, and it's 5,000 naira. Encourage your friends, your colleagues to sign up to learn. It's going to help you to scale up yourself. And at the end of the day, certificates will be given, and the link, the videos for the training, everything will be given to you. So try as much as possible to use this opportunity to scale up. Different professionals, different people will be coming to speak. 3 days, this is 3 days training. So specifically for you, so that when you are beginning next term, you are coming in with new vigor, new ideas. And when you start, people will be asking, where are you coming from? Where did you get this knowledge? Where did you learn all these things from? It is because of what you have acquired. So don't be like those teachers that year in, year out, they don't want to scale up. They don't want to learn new ideas. They are just there. They're not adding value to what they are doing. The same way of teaching 5 years ago is the same way they are using. The same method is the same method they are using. And they will continue like that. The same way of writing lesson notes, methodology, everything. So we are saying that in anything you are doing, have that entrepreneurial mindset of scaling up.
So I also said that we have a training that we kick off next week. But that training is for those that see, if you want to learn more about graphics, how to use your phone, your cell phone, to design flyers, to design so many things, poster, whatever it is, you use your phone. So the flyer is up. I think I sent it once to that our group. So we'll still resend it. That one, I think that one is just about 2,500. Video editing, 3,000 naira, I guess. Animation, and yes, animation creation of cartoon, 3,500 thereabouts. Then if you want to learn web design with your phone, 10,000 naira. Like web design in our center, we use 120 for web design. I think graphic design, 45,000 naira, but we slash it because we want to add value to people's life. Video editing about 60,000 naira, we're reducing it to 3,000. It's not about money. It's about giving value. We want people to commit themselves. You see, it's because we say this is free. That is why a lot of people sign up, but they did not participate, at which they pay for it. So we want people to commit something so that we teach them, train them, so that you can be in your, even as a teacher, you can have all these skills, all this knowledge, and you are still using it to generate money for yourself. Just imagine if you know how to do video editing and you know how to do graphic design, it can be a side way of gaining money, generating revenue for you, not only salary. Don't just depend on salary. And all these things now, we are giving them to you people the platter of gold with just how much? It's not about, as I said, it's not about the money, but we have these verbal networks. We have decided to add value to people's life and to help them to scale up whatever they are doing. That is why we don't focus on money, but we focus on integrity and how to help people to scale up. So I think that is all I have to say. And I want to say congratulations once again to you all that participated in this training this evening. And
to meet again. For those of you that will be interested in learning in the second day, 3 days, don't miss it. Yeah, don't miss it. I know why I'm stressing don't miss it because we have a lot to learn. We'll be speaking different professionals, will be speaking from different perspectives. So thank you very much. So, Mr. Mara, so I think I've got, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Father. Thank you very much. Thank you all for coming. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Sister Isaac, Eunice. Thank you, Technosparks 4, Ogechukwu, Divine Udochukwu, Famerowa, Kolawole, Motivation, Kaki, thank you, Ugeze Ekene, thank you, Vincent. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for being part of this amazing journey. And we hope that what you've learned, you're going to implement it to better your services as a teacher. And we hope that your students get good content from you. So with that, we call it a day. Yes, we all have to return to our various activities. Thank you all for being part of this journey. Thank you, and thank you. So meeting has come to an end. So thank you very much, Ugeze. Thank you so much. Thank you all. So the venue of the training, the one he spoke about, the graphics design, the video editing is online. So you can reach us out on the WhatsApp so that we'll give you details on how to go about. It's online, it's virtual. That doesn't mean we don't have physical classes. We still have physical classes that are ongoing in our facility. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. So with that, we bring today's activity to an end. Thank you all for coming. So Ms. Chidima, you can end the meeting.
All right. Good night, everyone. We'll see you in our next training.
Night.
Have a lovely night.
Good night.